Hello, hello! Today I'm joined by Murpheus Umbrush. Welcome. Hello.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me today, Artie.
It's my pleasure. So, as previously stated, it it was my birthday yesterday, and I'm gonna try and finish this now.
Yeah, the SL1 run has been coming along, and it is nearing its
Yeah,
end.
yeah. Hopefully, Manus isn't as troublesome as some of the other bosses, but I'm feeling confident with, after only 1 hour of tries, I've gotten pretty far along the fight.
Yeah, I think
Let-
I'm down to like 40 or 30% last time.
Something like that. Yeah, a bit under
Yeah,
half.
definitely.
So,
And
yeah, yeah. Let's go.
exciting. But yeah, happy birthday, dude, or happy late birthday now.
Yeah, that's fine. You said it on the right day too, so.
True enough, true enough. Don't want to be too late, of course.
Yeah, so now I gotta warm up a bit.
Yeah, get the little run back going.
Yeah.
The power of the Sisters of Izalith help
Yeah.
you on your fight.
Yeah, I never changed out of those clothes. I was like, well, it's light. It has better defense than the base thing. Hey, it's technically a pyromancer outfit, so
Absolutely, I think it looks great.
yeah. Like we often say, it's going full Nazgul.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, because you're a pyromancer and you got this big blacksmith-looking hammer, I'm getting some like mild Hephaestus vibes. You know,
Ooh,
like
that's a good idea. Except it's a
yeah,
lightning
because
hammer, but then again, Hephaestus forged Zeus's lightning. So,
true enough, true enough.
hmm,
But
interesting
yeah, in an
parallel.
age of fallen gods,
Yeah.
why can't Hephaestus drape himself in like dark rags to kind of keep his identity a secret?
Mhm. It's weird. The phantom I saw from another player kind of looked like an Elden Ring prisoner.
Oh,
Okay, so just gotta remember when to be slow and when to be fast.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot slower than I thought.
Right on cue, actually.
Yeah. I read a little bit. Oh, I forgot to rest at Ulasil. Was just testing the sound here. That's one thing I think they changed later. That when you warp, you automatically change your respawn.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
That's nice.
This system does allow for things like when you get Dark and Orlando, and they always automatically reset your spawn at the extinguished bonfire. If you
Yeah.
rested somewhere else, it goes around that, so you can work from the other bonfire instead of running.
Okay. That's a clever workaround.
Yeah, I did that, and as soon as I did it, I managed to beat Gwendolyn, so I didn't actually need to.
It do be like that. The moment
Yeah,
you're prepared, it's like, all
yeah.
right,
It
now
was
we
like
move
my
on.
fourth attempt. The first three, I had to run to like the Duke's archive to warp. Yeah, but yeah, I looked at the move set for Manus. There's a couple of things I hadn't noticed, but for the most part, I think I had it done already.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Like he has an attack when you're right behind him, but I'm trying to keep some distance to better see him, and also when he does a combo, don't want to have to roll like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that like Manus' stage is like so dark you need a torch or like a sunlight head, but like you do need to be a certain distance away from him to be able to see what the hell he's doing.
Yeah. You can always see his eyes, no matter what.
That is true. That is
Okay,
true.
I got it.
I think it's wild that his weapon is actually also a catalyst.
Yeah. Well, he cast some like hexes.
Yup.
Ah, I was caught against the wall.
The bunny hop was too strong.
Oof. That's like the
Nice.
uppercut. Ah.
Yeah, it kind of gives me like a little bit of a Shoryuken vibe. And with his combos, he might as well be a fighting game character. That actually makes me wonder. You know Mugen?
Vaguely. Is it the
Yeah,
one that
like-
has like a lot of fan content?
Yeah, it's basically like it's got a very small roster, but like people make their own characters in there. They use a lot
Oops.
of like pre-made
I
characters.
used the wrong move.
Still living, still living.
Yeah, what matters is that I didn't get hit.
But yeah, like I could imagine Manus being in a game like that with his like 7-hit string.
Alright. I saw a video about, it was like, you know, tips for Manus. I didn't learn
Yeah.
much, but the guy in it had, obviously wasn't soul level 1. He did like 1200 damage per hit.
That's really good.
Yeah, he had power within, which I don't want to use because it drains your health and I'm already at risk, so...
That's completely fair.
Sure, I could do double damage for the first few hits. So I think it lasts like a minute only.
Yeah. And you're already trying to bait out certain moves that you can punish, that you've gotten
Yeah,
really
this is
comfortable
not a
with.
fast fight for me.
Yeah.
It was when I was trying to be close, but then he pulled up the combos and I figured that's not the strat.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm getting the hang of it back.
Yup, you're getting the rhythm and the rhyme.
Okay. It does drain slow though.
Alright, so I can't remember. Do you have the necklace for this fight?
Yeah, I've been using it.
Right, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Because unlike in Dark Souls like 3, and after, like, you can't really see what's in the item slots besides, like, what's actually, like,
Oh
currently
yeah.
equipped.
There's not the Q visible.
Yeah, so I'm like, is it there? It probably is, I just don't
is.
see it yet. It'll come out when it's appropriate. Because he's not using his hexes yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be about halfway. But from what I saw in the video, when he uses his spells, I can just pull out the item and then use it right away. There's
That's
one that's a bit more delayed, but the effect lasts longer than I thought. You get like enveloped in golden dots
Okay.
for a few seconds.
Nice
Uh-oh.
toss.
Never mind the fireball. The chaos fireball was okay. Not
Yeah.
this one. 44 damage.
I will say, I know that everyone, I mean, myself included, loves, like, the speed of Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. But there are some... Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not the reason I like those.
That's fair. But I do kind of miss how punishable things were in Dark Souls when it felt a little more methodical and chess-like a little bit.
One of the reasons that's my favorite in the series.
Very fair.
If we only count the Souls one.
Yeah. Something that I really loved about Dark Souls 1 was, I mean, it's still there in all of their games, but because it was my first one, it felt...
Re-hit.
He's mixing it up.
Oh. Oh, that swing came a bit
Ooh.
faster than I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw exactly what we were talking about how like you usually have the opportunity to drink by choosing to miss a window to attack.
Exactly. So see, silver pendant
Yep.
is here.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
There's 3 sorceries he casts. There's one that's like a barrage towards you. There's one where he makes a ring that closes on you. And
Okay.
there's one that rains on you, but you have to be careful with the pendant because it only holds the dark orb in place and it can fall on you after.
Mm.
So they recommend still rolling even if you have the pendant active. Mm.
Oh gosh.
That thing can absolutely kill me on my way.
Yeah, gotta be careful of everything in these games.
Mm-hmm. I just bought a game on sale that I saw from I think it was Iron Pineapple who does Souls-like reviews.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love
Frog
his Steam
Monster.
dumpster diving.
Yeah, sort of. Is that one or is that the? Because I sometimes confuse the backlogs. I think you're thinking of the backlogs.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, the game isn't that Souls-like from the. Oops, it's the combo. Oh, I've got lucky. Anyway, but the game I bought is called Frog Monster, and it's a bit more Metroidvania. It's like a first person, and you're a frog monster with a long tongue to catch bugs, and ooh. It has a retro like PlayStation style graphics. It looks pretty funny. I might play this on stream at some point.
Would be cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I got more success playing some fairly obscure games because I'm one of the only people streaming them. Like when I played Lone Fungus. I don't know if you remember that game.
It sounds familiar.
It's a pixel Metroidvania where you play as a mushroom. So
Oh yeah,
the games
I remember that one. Like it had those little puzzle kind of challenges. Like, well, I guess puzzle's kind of a strong word.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you had to figure out how do I approach something, which move do I use. So it's somewhat puzzly. I have to roll sideways, not backward. Still roll too early. Nah. It's not. Oof.
Alright, good.
It's
Keeping
not
your
going
health up
so
high.
well.
Well, good thing about these fights is that sometimes you just gotta get in the right mojo, and any health is has the potential of victory.
Yeah, like there was one attempt at Calamite where I took no damage for half the fight. I still lost, but just to say that it can go either way.
Yeah,
You can get hit
sometimes
4 times in a row and then do super well, so you better not give up. Just because it's going poorly.
Absolutely not, Skeleton. Never give up. Oh gosh.
My
but,
favorite
yeah.
ever message in those games was in Elden Ring. There's a... Do you remember the laser golem?
Yes, I do.
The path to get down there is a tricky platforming challenge where you have to fall down some ruins. And it's really hard. And halfway down, someone left a message that was God or oh God or God oh God. It's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. He hit me with his fingernail.
Not the fingernail.
Yeah. You almost have to roll when he hits you. With the big slam.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in Elden Ring there are classics like well done Snake after a sneaking part. Or a long ladder.
You can't forget the dog messages whenever there's a turtle nearby.
Could this be a dog?
Yep, everything is just dog.
And I don't know if you noticed messages that say grass for no apparent reason.
I have not seen those. No.
I've seen them and I was unlucky to know what it was. In Japanese, their version of lol is kusa, which means grass.
Oh, okay.
And since you can see messages from anywhere in the world, it's probably Japanese players who wrote that.
I could see that. Because we're using a template to communicate.
Exactly, so it translates automatically. And on the flip side, people left message like Fort Night, and Japanese players were like, "What's that about a fort at night?"
Yep.
They were so confused, but it was just a joke.
I mean, hey, honestly, hearing that grass is their lol is a lot more comforting than just thinking people are just telling us to touch grass in our own video games.
Yes. I mean, often it was left in front of tufts of grass, but sometimes it was at a funny moment and was like, it's someone saying lol.
Yeah, I could imagine that in like certain maybe heroes graves where there are a ton of traps. Like it's like, well, this is awful.
Or I can't remember a bit in Elden Ring, but you know the snake, the man serpent in Sense Fortress who gets hit by the boulder. That's a Kusa moment.
It really is. I mean, damn, got done in my own traps, bud.
Yeah. And I
honestly
can also imagine the foreign players being confused by all the butthole messages.
Yeah.
Because for them it's gonna be like, however, orifice, and they're like, what does that mean? If only I had a giant butthole.
God damn it.
Maybe that wasn't appropriate for my stream. Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's honestly, it's as kids these days make jokes like that all the time. I feel.
Yeah.
Good gods. I love the messaging system like that goes back all the way. Like it's really cool that there's a sense of community in these games.
Yeah.
The power of community has kept you alive. Holy cow.
But for real, it's not as serious as some people say sometimes. There's really a lot of funny little things, and it's not just the community not taking it seriously. The devs also put a lot of funny stuff.
Absolutely. If they ever take the ragdoll physics out of a FromSoft game, it immediately becomes less cool of a game. Like it's one of the best features.
Yeah, and when you get reload an area and the ragdolls reload.
Oh my gosh, that is the best.
You see furniture flying everywhere and stuff. Actually, even in recent games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you can absolutely run into furniture and make things fly all over the place, and no one reacts to that. It's just your character is not deterred by the stools and stuff in the way and just kicks everything everywhere.
I also love just seeing furniture go flying when you roll into it and it shatters apart. It's
like something that scratches an itch in our brain, like smashing pots in Zelda.
Yeah, honestly, it's the fact that these games are so heavy and dark that like these moments of just
levity,
ridiculous. These moments of ridiculousness just offer a moment of brevity in like a world that's like dying.
Yeah, you know, you have to see it just like a life. Life doesn't stop being serious just because people laugh, and it doesn't stop being funny just because sometimes sad things happen. So there's a bit of everything.
Absolutely. And it's good to, amidst all of that, just take a moment to laugh and relax and just take a moment and then get right back to it.
Yeah. Don't you dare go hollow. I'm really thankful for channels that do zoom ins of characters and rotations, because you can't look at that very well during a fight.
Yeah.
Especially in the dark. But yeah, you have like a bonfire VA. I can't remember what the exact name was. They do a lot of that.
Yeah. Okay.
And Zuli too.
Yup.
No. I don't see
I
that.
expected a follow up too.
I was expecting it to be this move. But was it was a short hand slam. Like this, yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Yeah. The juggle.
I got greedy and hit him after the short hand slam. I should not.
Yeah. It's hard to be greedy because you're like, this fight's gonna take forever, but
Yeah. I think how I beat Calamite, I got a little greedy. I would normally not have hit him at that time, but I was like, it's the last hit. It's going to connect.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go for the goal, but other times you need to make sure that you've got some insurance. You got a backup plan for if things go absolutely south.
Yeah. I can't remember if I was fully healed at that point, but
okay.
Sometimes he hits you twice with one move, so...
What in the world did you take damage from?
Wait, I just noticed too.
I think you got like nudged by a rock on the elevator and lost like a small bit of your health. What the hell?
I didn't even notice. You told me, and then I saw my health bar being lower. Huh.
Is there like a phantom enemy in the elevator? What's going on? I thought they were all in New Londo.
Okay. Usually I could figure out, like, after stream, I was like, why did I take extra damage from that attack? And I'm like, oh, I was probably under the debuff of Calamity. There are some hitboxes that are weird, but yeah, so if they remake the game, that would be one thing to look for. Fixing a few hitboxes.
Definitely.
Not just with attacks, but also with scenery.
Yeah.
If I beat him quick enough, I might go to show a few places that need fixing.
Okay. Yeah, just some good fixing up, yeah.
It was just too funny seeing it on the illusory wall.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it right now, and we'll see as we go. After we, of course, celebrate the Manus victory that is coming.
Yes.
Nice.
Still haven't gotten him to half today. Like I said, I need to shake some rust off. It's been a few days. Oof. Combo.
Nice. Outspaced.
Yes. That's the only hope I have is staying at a medium distance.
Yup.
This one I can't punish.
Yup.
It's kind of irritating when he's slow like that, and you kind of want to punish it, but it's so risky.
Yeah, there's like nothing to punish because like suddenly you're becoming the one who's vulnerable.
Exactly. It's kind of like that apparently in real life. If you go to punch someone, you do have a wind up, unless you're like
yeah,
a master who has a 1-inch punch or something. Oh,
Yeah.
we did the third so delayed.
Man.
I thought for sure he wasn't gonna do a third one because he waited.
Yeah, holy cow.
Just trying to get away.
So I know you don't get too much into multiplayer in these games, but I am curious. Do you have like a favorite faction or?
I really haven't touched them.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say like it doesn't
use
even have
them
to be
for
like
a few like PvE benefits. Like I got the Chaos Pyromancy, and one time just for fun I tried the Isolith shortcut.
yeah. But I mean,
the
like
Way
it
of
doesn't even
White
have.
gives you some miracle or something, but
Yeah, and I get that like obviously Covenants don't offer a lot of benefits, but for solo play, but when I say faction, it could be like anything, like the Four Knights of Gwyn,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
because I want to broaden the spectrum a little bit, because there's a lot of world building in these games.
it's hard to say. Like I'm not up to date on everything on that side. I know like the broader lore.
That's fair.
But if you ask me like what the Sunlight Bros do, I don't know. They're pretty cool, but
I mean, the Sunlight Bros, they just praise
they
it all day,
help
don't
you.
they?
They help
Yeah.
other people, I think.
Yeah, their whole stick is jolly cooperation.
Yeah. So I think that's nice in the themes of the game. You know, to help people not give up. Teamwork can be a great help.
Absolutely, and just feeling like you're not alone in this struggle. You're fighting together.
That's relatable to my experience, where sometimes you need someone else to help you.
Yeah, it reminds me of this famous story I've heard that supposedly inspired co-op in these games from like yeah. I mean, I've heard the story. The idea is like Miyazaki's car. Someone in the company's car was like stuck in like the snow.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know every JoJo arc.
So this is from part 4, where the reason why the protagonist has a pompadour is because he was saved by a guy in a pompadour when his mom's car was stuck in the snow while driving him to the hospital.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that.
So I don't know.
But yeah,
if you saw the Josuke from part 4 with his delinquent look.
Yup, I am familiar with Josuke Higashikata and Star Platinum.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, not Star Platinum. It's Crazy Diamond, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, Josuke's stand is so cool, but the story was basically had help with his car being stuck in the snow, and he tried pushing it out of the snow, and in trying to push it out of the snow, he found that naturally people came to help. It was this idea of shared struggle, and you're trying to face it yourself, but other people feel this innate desire to help others who not just need help, but are also like putting in the effort themselves.
Yeah, because sometimes helping someone can be really hard, so there's this thing called the bystander effect, where you won't do anything because it's too much trouble.
Yeah. So when you see someone else struggling with it, you know, like, okay, they're gonna put the effort in. Like this is something like potentially worth caring about. So
we got that far as a species by working together. So
absolutely, as one of those things where it's really nice to have that kind of sense of community because of the message system, whether we troll each other or not, and also to fight these difficult battles together.
There's one thing I have to do at some point, and it's solo Melania, because first time I fought her for like 3 hours, and at that point I hadn't had that much trouble with the boss like ever, except when doing extra difficulty, like I don't know, God of War or something on God difficulty.
Yeah.
But so I got a bit tired and decided to summon 2 people at once to help me. I panicked.
All good, all good.
I wasn't used to using that. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Yep. At least it wasn't a combo.
Yup, could have been way worse. This is way survivable.
Okay. Let's prepare that. No, not that. Ah. Okay, so what happened is I hit a wrong button. And then that completely threw me off.
Yup. It happens. Darkbead was an OP sorcery in Dark Souls 1. Monas just read the manuscript. He was like, this is what all the cool kids are doing, right?
So, yeah, when I hit down to change my item, I switched out my weapon at the same time.
Oh.
So, I was like, oh no, I need my weapon, even though I didn't need it right away. I changed it. So then when the spell came, I panicked and pressed Y instead of X.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay, hopefully I don't take damage.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know what was going on before, but seems to be okay now.
Yeah. But man, it's something seeing the health bar deplete so slow when you've seen people doing over 1,000, like 10 times the damage.
Yeah. But you've gotten here all on your own, SL1. That's an achievement few can boast about.
Yeah. And you really realize how much that game is about dodging or blocking hits and not about your stats.
Yeah, it's really about the memento, the flow of the fight, understanding the beats of the dance.
So yeah, when I beat Melania with the summons, it still took me 2 hours to reach it of attempts. So I don't feel like it was, too cheap, because we didn't. Yeah. It's not like I summoned, let me solo her, and.
I mean, I was wondering if it was gonna be a let me solo her moment. You're gonna share that, like, he came in and like saved the day.
But then on my New Game Plus, I switched things up and I said I'm gonna do it myself, but I still use spirit summons. And the problem is there was a glitch at the time. When you do a phase change on a boss, the second phase is gonna have only like a couple HP left.
Oh.
So I had the Quiche with the black flame.
Yeah.
And that debuff carries over. And so in second phase I hit her once and she died, and I was like, no, I was robbed.
Literally blew up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not supposed. They fixed the bug at least, but not in time for me to properly learn the fight.
Yeah, well, hey, you got to experience lore-accurate Black Knife Assassin. The power of the Rune of Death is strong.
Oh, is this a combo? No.
Nope, okay, you're good.
Because there's a short and a long combo. Alright. Big slam. You notice that sometimes the sound effect of the attack doesn't play?
Haven't. I usually find the feedback to be pretty good.
It's just a sound thing. It's not a big deal, but it's. I haven't had that problem much outside of the Manus fight, and I didn't remember at all, in fact. But this one, like, I don't know, 1 time in 10, no sound. I just hit and
Huh?
just whoosh.
I need to listen for that because the sound design in these games is really important, especially for like assessing threats that you can't see, like the basilisks.
Oh yeah, that's right. They make those croaking sounds. Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a croaky chirp of some kind.
Well, frogs
But
can sometimes have sort of chirpy noises. Oof.
okay, good. Nice.
Ah, I was a little too far from the arm. At least my stamina is really not a problem in this fight.
It's still wild to think that like the basilisks realize that those little slits that you think is a nose.
No, actually it does have a nose, but yeah, the big eye things aren't eyes.
It's pretty crazy that it uses its eyes, to, I guess, to attract predators or something, or like as I can't remember the actual physiology, but I know
think
they have
it's
something.
like a lure. So if you don't want your eyes pecked out, have something that looks more like an eye than your eyes. That way your predator is not gonna get your real eye.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's especially important because, you know, I think they're called gravekeepers. Specifically hunt for those
The
eyes.
Grave Lords, I think.
That's it.
Oh, he landed on me, roll caught me with his foot.
Yeah, you rolled just a little too early there.
I forgot to ask you, but just make sure you know my usual schedule is 4 hours and I take a short break in the middle. Is that fine with you?
All good. Absolutely, dude. I'm all good for that. If you honestly, some of my Star Rail streams have gone to 5 or 6 hours, and I've been exhausted afterwards.
Yeah, I can see.
The last one I did was like I was like for the last 3 streams in a row. I thought I was at the end of the storyline, but I wasn't, and I was like, let me just go a little bit further.
Yeah.
Then chat was like, basically someone was like, go take a break. It's not, you're not even close. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not even close? All the story flags are telling me we're at the end.
They flipped the script.
They really did. Holy shit. Like, what? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I've had a couple long streams, but I usually go about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a good length, I think. We're not
Yeah,
pros who
especially-
do that for a living, so it's not gonna be an 8-hour shift.
Yeah, and if you do that, then you absolutely do need to like take little breaks or like eat, have a little food ASMR for those who enjoy that.
I'm sorry, I really don't.
Yeah, it's I completely understand.
I don't know how to say that, but you know, it's one of my pet peeves, the chewing noises.
Completely fair, completely fair. I just know if there's something people do, there's someone out there who's probably gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for me, for example, I remember this one VTuber I watch. She had her keyboard replaced to reduce the sound of the clickety clacks of the keyboard, and I was like, no,
yeah,
that was one of my favorite things.
I don't know how I stand on that. Like, on one side, I don't really care, but on the other, I don't know. It feels like since it's. Did you hear that?
I heard a sound. I don't think it was exactly like the palm hit sound, but I heard some sound effect that sounded like a thing.
Because normally there's the sort of lightning sound with this weapon. Ah, there again.
Okay, I did not catch the lightning sound there. Okay, so it's not
there
Manus'
too,
sound design, it's the weapon. What is happening?
Because I don't know if it has something to do with how it connects or something, but I've only noticed it on Manus and maybe on some rare occasions. See, now it does.
There we go. That time it happened.
But I'm not sure. Maybe we should keep an eye for it too, because maybe the lightning doesn't always play either. Oh, I got very lucky this time.
Okay, there was a little bit of a
Combo.
Visual effect.
See, the lightning didn't show up or sound, so maybe the sound is tied to the visual particle. in some way. But
I
I
can
don't
see
know if
that.
that's a regular thing. I don't know what
Yeah, it's
triggers it.
definitely curious.
I hate being knocked down and like prone because sometimes they have time to load another attack just before you
Yup.
get up.
Yup. They've got that Oki game, for those who know fighting games.
I didn't know that term.
Oh yeah, my one friend who's really big into fighting games, he's like, I gotta have a character who's got good Oki game, which is like where
Stun
when the
lock?
opponent's down, it's not even stun lock. It's just when the opponent's down in a prone state where they have to play a guessing game on when they get up
Okay.
safely.
So when you are down, you can strategize on when to get up. No?
More like a good Oki game is good set play. You set up something so that when the opponent gets up, they feel a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Sorry, I do a lot of long-winded rambling, so it takes me a while
No,
to get
that
to
was
the actual
fine.
point.
Whew.
Okay, still living, still living.
Still
1 HP is all you need.
Still undead.
Yup. Wait. But yeah, these bosses have somewhat of an Oki game. Like, you know, he's got an attack ready for like when you get up to try and punish.
I think the worst was ONS though, because they can combo off of each other.
What does ONS stand for?
Ornstein and Smo.
Oh, Ornstein and Smo, yeah.
I'm a bit of a pedant for that, but it's Ornstein.
Fair enough.
I mean, it doesn't bother me if you say Ornstein. It's just, did you know that in the original Japanese version, the katakana reads as Ornstein?
I did not.
Sumo. So it's not Smoth.
Huh.
It's Smo.
Fair enough. I mean, it almost sounds like sumo a little bit when you go by the katakana, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of neat.
Yeah. I have no idea if that was on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, we don't actually know how big Smo is because of the armor. It kind of obfuscates that.
Yeah. And there are multiple like eyes on the armor. I think there's 2 or 3 sets.
Yeah, which is definitely adds a layer of creepy to the executioner, I'll say.
Do you know Asura's Wrath?
I am familiar, yes.
Because there are enemies that are like the big golden Buddhas.
Okay.
And the first time you see them, they're like killing villagers to free their souls so they don't get corrupted. So essentially, they're like executioners, and they have a design similar to Smo.
Interesting.
Because I didn't really know the game, I just knew a little bit about how like it has epic fights and there's an enemy that's the size of the earth and stuff like that. And
yeah, it's
over the top.
Cool from what I've seen. I've seen some of the fights and some of the cutscenes. It kind of reminds me of there's this one game on PS4. It's PS4 exclusive, I think. It's a game that's basically mostly just boss fights.
Okay.
Asura's Wrath kind of reminds me of that, like with the over-the-top fight scenes and quick-time events and really tough boss fights. But it seems really cool. Never had the chance to play them though.
Yeah, nowadays I think the easiest version to access is like incomplete because there's not the DLC, and people say DLC is super important for the story and stuff.
Okay.
So you have to go back to like on the Xbox 360 or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason there are projects to try and keep old games in perpetuity.
There are some games that are kind of lost to time in
Yeah.
the dumbest ways. Like, I think when I hit the arm rather than the hand, that's when it doesn't trigger the lightning effect.
Okay.
But yeah, there are games that, like, legally, like, the people who own the rights went out of business, and so the rights disappeared. So even the devs are not allowed to publish the game.
Oh, jeez.
So they're like in legal limbo. Cannot be distributed anymore.
That hurts.
Yeah. Imagine you spent like a couple years of your life onto a project and no one is allowed to play.
Yeah, jeez.
The one I saw, like, there was a version floating around and, like, you know, you can illegally install it. Oh.
Okay.
So at least it's still around. It's just not easy.
Yeah.
Big combo.
Absolutely. Because, like, video games aren't like movies. Like, because of consoles and changing hardware and software, like, certain things, yeah.
Can be hard to run it on modern hardware.
Yup.
I have some games, like, my new PC doesn't have a disc tray, but the one I had before, I put my old games in the tray and they weren't even detected.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, oh, I have this game, but I don't.
Yeah, you have it, but it's might as well just be an empty disc.
Exactly. But there's one I found on Steam and it was like $3. Though it ran pretty poorly, but I saw a forum post that was like, oh, just download this tool and change this config and then it's perfect.
That's really great. But
So
I have to wonder, like,
to have a like modding community to make games accessible.
Absolutely. It does just make me wonder, like, why it just couldn't work and needed all of that stuff.
Yeah. The devs just dumped it on Steam years and years ago, and so they never updated it to more modern versions.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I was under that impression that Windows is mostly retro-compatible. They almost like the OS always contains the former versions.
Okay.
Apparently it's not all there. Because I'd heard that somewhere on your Windows is still something like the floppy disk compatibility and stuff like that. No one uses them, but if you did have one, you could use it.
Yeah. Man, it's so weird hearing that, like, some people don't know about floppy disks and they're just like, that's a save icon.
Yeah, oh yeah. Someone 3D printed a save icon. No, that's the real thing.
Yeah. My oh my. So I hate to say it, but I'm looking at Manus. I see all of his jumping attacks. Are we sure he's not secretly just a jackalope? Like, I see the horns, he hops around.
Yeah.
Like, he sure does like to hop around a lot.
I don't see his ears, but I do see his antlers, so...
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely pretty fluffy.
There are some parts of the states where you can buy a jackalope hunting license.
Oh, are jackalopes a real thing?
No, but you can buy a gag.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cute. I actually kind of like that.
There are posters like jackalope hunting seasons between this date and this date, and
okay,
it's kind of almost a tourist trap in some places. They have fake taxidermy and stuff.
Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh, I got my jackalope hunting license." Like, oh, is it?
There was a stand-up comic, like slightly related to that, but he said just for fun, I got my hands on a like hunting and fishing almanac, and I saw some of the weirdest licenses you can get, and I bought the most ridiculous one I could get. A frog hunting license. You need to specify the weapon, and his weapon was dart. No.
That's kind of ironic.
Like, he would have been legally allowed to kill frogs with darts.
That is both funny, but also kind of like, no, like really? That's
He
what
never
you're
did,
killing
of course. It was just
yeah,
for the fun of buying the license and showing it off.
yeah.
He went to the shop and asked the clerk, like, can I have a frog hunting license? And she was like, what? What kind of weapon are we talking about? Like, he's like, I'm not gonna shoot them with a gun.
Yeah.
They're gonna explode.
Honestly, yeah.
We don't have such big frogs here in Quebec.
Okay.
Like, some frogs are absolutely like a couple pounds, but that's not here.
I feel like a shell would just like they'd be all over the pavement.
Yeah.
Like, that's yikes. It's overkill for no reason.
Exactly. I think a dart
Besides-
would be an appropriate weapon for a frog, you know, it's suitably light
Yeah.
and then you still have enough meat on it if you want to eat the frog.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
super common to
Frogs
eat
can
frog.
be a delicacy. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had frog.
Same here. I'm not sure if it's true. It could just be stereotype, but I've heard that like frog legs are a delicacy in France. But I don't.
Yeah,
couldn't
it's the
actually
typical
say.
like French haute cuisine.
Pretty much, yeah. Just like escargot or
Yeah, have you
escargot.
ever eaten snails?
I have not. I'm a very picky eater. I'm kind of boring, actually.
It's kind of, honestly, snails, a lot like shrimp, but chewier.
Okay. Yeah,
And typically you eat them with a lot of garlic butters or whatever.
I love garlic butter, but yeah, I'm very particular about certain textures. Like I
I'm
remember
surprised to
having
hear that
artic-
you're a picky eater with how much, like, you sound like a foodie sometimes.
That's completely fair. I'm gonna out myself a little bit. I have burgers without any lettuce, tomato, or onion.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like
Oh.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm
I don't care for the lettuce or tomatoes. I'll
Yeah.
eat them on them just because, you know, it's extra vitamin and I don't notice them that much. But
Yeah.
onion, I just love onion, just not raw.
Yeah, it offers a good flavor balance. It offers a good texture and crunch to it. But for me, like Mom Umbrush calls me a purist when it comes to food, basically because the idea is that I can enjoy the texture, I can appreciate it, but when I'm eating a burger, I just want to enjoy the taste of the meat and the ketchup and just
Yeah.
enjoy the burger.
Like,
I don't want to dilute it.
here a common meal is usually more associated with the holidays, but it's just meat pie. Almost everyone here eats with ketchup, but usually I don't put ketchup on. I'm like, it's good enough on its own. I don't dip.
Absolutely.
I don't dip my my sushi in soy sauce and stuff like that. You just want to eat the food for itself. I understand why meat pie can be a little bland sometimes without anything else, but I usually have a side like veg. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good, but I would if escargot is like shrimp, I definitely want to try it. The only issue is like you said it's chewy and
Yeah, the
when I think
texture
chewy-
is not that fun. A lot of people will say like, it's like chewing a booger or something. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah.
It's not
where I
like
kinda
that
draw
for
the
real,
line.
but that's just like a dramatization. That's what people
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But yeah, it's
But
it's not for everyone. I'm not sure I would recommend like going out and spending money on that. But if like you're with someone who's having some, just ask like, can I have one? Or...
Yeah, yeah. Don't get it for yourself, but like if someone else has it, like maybe sample it.
And also don't try to cook it yourself because you don't know what you're doing. And
Yeah.
the first time I had
There's
sushi, it
different
was
food
my
prep.
mom making them, and she didn't know what she was doing, and I had a
Oh.
bad experience and didn't touch sushi for years.
Yeah. I imagine you probably had food poisoning too, maybe.
Nah,
Okay, so it wasn't quite that bad, but it just wasn't
No.
great.
yeah, didn't taste good. But then, like, yeah, years later, I had a friend who was eating sushi, and I was like, you know what? It's been years, and I haven't tried like restaurant sushi, so maybe just let me have one. And I was like, oh, it's good, and I've been eating sushi pretty often since then. You know,
That's great.
maybe every couple months I have some.
Yeah.
Also, you know,
stuff.
there's the stigma with a sort of stereotype of calling it raw fish. And that's really
yeah.
not like the biggest part of it for me.
Yeah. Like, yes, if you want to be reductive, then yes, it is raw fish, but like that's you're missing the forest for the trees, obviously.
Yeah. First of all, the rice is the biggest part.
Yeah.
But yes, rice and seafood, I think that's the most. Anyway, I
Also, the
really
sauces you put
need a
into
quick
it.
bathroom break. Sorry, so
All good.
you can try and chat
Take
a
your time.
little.
All good, all good. Yeah, I'm just remembering this one time when just going off the food purist idea. I remember this. I'm gonna out myself a little bit here. So I remember that my sister and my mother really love avocado. Oh, it's not avocado. It's some kind of weird green bulbous plant that has like leaves. It's artichoke. That's it. It's artichoke. They always breadcrumb it and butter it up. Like they're basically just eating cheesy breadcrumbs. And obviously, I love cheesy breadcrumbs. That stuff's great. And they love it as an excuse to be like, oh yeah, we're eating healthy because it's artichoke, but you're not really eating the artichoke. You're eating the breaded leaves that are like fried. And I tried it, and I was like, this is horrible. I hate to say it, but it was one of those things where I could understand why they liked it, but because of the texture, it felt wrong. So like texture can be really important too. So it's one of those things where like I don't know. It's important to eat what you enjoy, but like sometimes certain things just like don't mesh well. I feel. I don't know. I'm just talking about random stuff. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning. Uh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the month of June's almost over. Huh. Kind of surprised by that. Kind of really went flying since Elden Ring's DLC dropped. Now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. Like, and it's only been like, wait a second, it's only been like 8 days since the DLC dropped. Because it came out on the 21st. It's only been a little over a week.
People have been talking about it for a while, so we probably hyped it up.
That's true. That's true.
There were also early access for some like big content creators, so maybe there's that
high
too.
Profile. Yeah.
They were allowed to play like 3 hours, like a day or two early.
Yeah, I remember watching a couple of their videos going back into what they had seen. I hope you're feeling better, by the way. Because you came back, so I...
Yeah, I just... So for some reason, didn't understand what you said. I heard the words, but they didn't register.
Yeah.
There was a baby silverfish in my bathroom.
Aww.
I don't know if you know the silverfish.
I am familiar with the silverfish. They do creep me out a little bit, but I understand they're pretty harmless.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought you might be less creeped out by them because they're so different from other insects.
Honestly, like, it's not their appearance that gets me, it's how quickly they kind of, like, swim around the ground. They're very quick.
It's funny that you say swim. Obviously, you know, they're insects. But they have
but, like, the way they move is... Yeah, the way they move is, like, very slithery. Almost kind of like...
Yeah.
It's very zippy.
I like their little bristle tails. I know bristletail is the name of another group of insects that's fairly closely related, but...
That's fair.
They're apparently the most, like, primitive-looking insects.
Interesting.
So that's, like, our best clue as to what the common ancestor to all insects looks like.
That's curious. And it makes you wonder what they actually look like.
Maybe we can find out, you know, finding fossils from hundreds of millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I can concentrate a little better.
That's good. That's good.
You ever see like a episode of Mythbusters where they were testing what is worse for your driving skills, being drunk or having to pee?
Seen a couple episodes of Mythbusters. I have not seen that episode. What kind of conclusion did they come to?
Well, it's even if you're just under the within the legal limit for alcohol, blood alcohol, you're still worse at driving than just having to hold your pee. But I should learn not to do that.
Completely fair.
But yeah, you still lose a lot of your concentration when you're distracted by your bladder.
Yeah, honestly, your legs want to hold it, and you're getting a little fidgety, and yeah it's definitely going to be distracting.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to pull over to take care of it.
Yeah.
I know that historically, for survival needs, it's important to empty out if you're being chased, because that's less pounds.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say it's important to hold it so that you don't go in an inappropriate time, but...
Oh no! If we're talking survival, you got to be lighter.
Yeah.
There's a reason there's the old adage. Well, not really old adage, but there's the stereotype of like when you get scared, you pee your pants.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Joke's
your body
on you.
knowing.
I don't wear pants.
I mean, even better. You can't be soiled if you don't wear any.
It's gonna get in my fur.
Exactly. Like so, you just don't need that.
Yeah. I just need to flip back right side up. That's how bats do it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because I hang from my feet. If I need to use the toilet, I can just hang from my wing thumbs.
Yeah, because I'm not like a true bat and I just kind of possess this plush toy, there's not really a lot of physical anatomy to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone sees this, I like... never mention, that's not his normal avatar.
Yeah, true enough, yeah.
For the one...
Yeah, this is technically like my first time on the channel.
It's my first time having someone over.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me again.
Yay. Friendship.
Mm-hmm. Makes the good times greater and the hard times a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Because, you know, last time it was kind of like that, but me out loud and you in the text.
Yeah. There's a little camaraderie going on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice to hear another person's voice.
Yeah. Makes things a little more fluid.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't really read what you wrote mid-fight.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you gotta focus. You know,
yeah.
you're doing the gameplay. I wonder how many. Can I count how many eyes Manus has? They kind of look like berries the more I look at them.
Yeah, berries on branches.
Yeah. It's so weird, like, when you start fighting something for so long, you start to find, like, the silliest details.
Exactly.
Like, what are those? Like, your brain's, like, trying to, like, figure out how do I avoid, the situation that we're currently in, like... What kind of little things can we do to, like, make this a little nicer, a little easier kind of a thing?
With Calamite, I beat him. I'm glad I kind of went past my limit and I streamed an extra 20 minutes and I beat him.
Excellent.
That way I didn't have to come back to it the next day.
Yup, you pushed further beyond.
Yeah.
It's so... Now, I'm just noticing Manus actually has more eyes on his left than he has on his right.
Yeah, he's very asymmetrical in different ways. I guess the left side was more corrupted because he has the giant hand and stuff.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of fits like with old
Sinister
old theology. Yeah, like the evil eye and the left hand.
Because you know, left in Latin is sinister.
Yeah, actually.
Because they were that superstitious, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, it's abnormal. Why
You're
the evil eye is the left.
handed? What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, though, I think it's really cool that in popular media, like, the left hand and the left eye have, like, a lot of added significance.
The left eye is a real chuny thing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's kind of hilarious when it comes up. I even... Yup. Because you're full HP, and you just need to make sure that you're covering for the sorceries now.
I think it's easier to switch back to my Estus than to switch back to my pendant in a pinch.
Because then you're panicking for...
Oof, just in time.
Perfect.
But I read something on the wiki, or whatever site I was on.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a Germanic myth where the father of humanity is called Manus.
Really?
So it could be related to that, because you know the abyss is darkness, and that's connected to humanity.
Yeah.
So that might be an influence on this character. Obviously,
okay,
Manus means hand. But...
Okay, what if you don't mind me asking, what religion or theology does it come from?
It just said Germanic, so...
Okay, interesting.
I imagine the old religions from before the Romans conquered the middle of Europe. Oh my god, he's spamming! Is it because of the distance?
Probably, but he's got this funky sorcery build. Of course he wants to use it.
Okay.
Alright, I think you need to keep a medium distance so he still goes for his hops.
I don't know, I think a big part of it was a coincidence.
Okay. That's entirely
fair. But I will try to get a little bit closer, though.
Yeah, just not so close that, of course, you can't get out of jail.
I thought it was a bit closer at first.
He's not going for the third one.
Is it? Does he have a shorter range on the Roar Slam or what?
I don't know.
Combo?
Okay, there's the final hit.
Is it another combo? No, okay. I feel like I have less of a window to attack. Maybe it's just...
I can see that too.
Maybe it's a coincidence that he uses different moves than what I'm used to.
Yeah, I think during his second phase, his recovery window gets smaller a little bit.
Oof.
Nice, just in time.
Okay, that's the big slam.
I wonder if jump attacks would be a really bad idea for like when there's just a little bit when there's a space between you and the hand that you need to cross.
Yeah, because I do nearly double damage with a jumping attack, but I don't think it's fast enough. Maybe if I'm right next to his hand after the biggest slam, like not this one, but the one that has more reach. Oof.
Nice, perfect timing. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I think the startup's fast enough. I think the recovery is the real concern.
Because on Calamite, I could absolutely go for heavy attacks pretty often. No, I'm too...
Perfect timing. Ooh, perfect distance, too.
Like that? Nah, it's too hard to aim.
Okay. Yeah. Especially because you kind of have to basically flick the stick and just kind of hope.
Yeah. With Calamite, I also found that, like, maybe a quarter of the time I missed my my jump attacks. Yeah, this is... Yeah, that killed me.
Yeah.
I was a little too early.
Just a little.
It's
How
hard to
often can
tell
Yeah,
the
how often can you
different.
cast it?
Hmm?
How often can you cast it?
How
Like the
long?
barrier. Well, how often?
Oh, it's unlimited.
What? Like, what's the cooldown time
Oh,
between like
yeah, I don't know.
the motion
Oh, yeah,
value?
I think I read something that you can kind of spam it. Yeah, I think you just have like
Okay, yeah, you can't use it outside the fight.
no, maybe.
Okay, so they can cancel into each other's duration.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So yeah, while it's still active, I can prolong it, and I think that means there's no like
Yeah, if you ever think
dead
you do it
air.
too Yeah, I think that like casting it once like you've been doing has been really good. But if you ever feel like you do it too early and there's like
Mm-hmm.
lingering hitbox, you could
Yeah,
always go for the second one.
especially the ring, the
Yeah,
closing ring needs that.
because I've seen you like barrier for the first half of it and then try to run out of the second half of it.
Yeah, because I wanna cancel the orb before it touches me, but that one I was so centered, or maybe I pressed the button a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to tell which one he's gonna cast.
Mm. Until like he's kind of already mid animation.
Yeah, and then it might be too late. Like the one that's straight towards you, that one you
Yeah.
have very little leeway.
Yeah, if you don't cast it, and if you don't cast it too early, you're gonna get absolutely annihilated by Dark Bead.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, shotgun spell.
Yeah. Well,
It will just...
shotguns typically in games they spread out if you're far, and this one I don't think it really does that.
Yeah,
It just
at
goes
least not when
straight.
At least not when Manus is doing it. When the player does it, if there's enough distance, you only get hit by one, but... If you're too close, you get hit by all five, and it just annihilates you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's interesting looking back at Dark Souls 1 and all the changes between this and Dark Souls 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are crystal weapons that are very fragile, and that only works in a game where the fragility is, like, really matters.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, for most equipment, it really doesn't matter, but you have a few things, like, yeah, the crystal equipment.
Yeah.
I found while I was fighting telling me that my sunlight maggot was at risk, but not the rest of my suit. So I guess the sunlight maggot doesn't have a lot of durability.
Yeah, probably because it has that extra passive effect.
Also, it's just a squishy bug.
Yeah, that's true too. And you're probably getting bonked a lot. Not really.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see a pattern to when it does the lightning and when it doesn't.
Completely fair. Okay.
Doesn't really matter. I think the damage is the same or almost the same, so whatever.
I know Manus is like sort of like not really an incarnation of Wrath. It's like humanity pushed to the brink, and because of it, its bestial nature has come out, but also a certain softness to it. I really like that its horns feel very wood-like more than bone-like.
In French, antlers are called woods.
Oh.
Because they look
really
like
cool.
branches.
It really owes to this kind of like primal, almost nature-like air to Manus. It's very bestial. Of course he's very monster-like, but the horns and antlers, and there is supposedly a gentleness to Manus, like, Dusk wasn't hurt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she even talks about it after the fight, which is gonna be cool to see.
Nah, I'm just gonna kill her. Nah, he's just kidding.
Damn, okay!
I am the fire that consumes everything.
No! Artie, I thought you were the best of us!
I had to kill the giant blacksmith, and since then I've been dead inside. You know what happens when you kill him?
I think you get something from him, but I can't remember.
Well, you get this hammer, but he says nighty night.
Aww.
That's so
he's
sad.
It is.
And then you see him in Dark Souls 3.
Yup. And it's like, damn, it hurts.
Time for sadness.
He was our friend.
Man,
So yeah, I
just
can
ran
understand
up to me.
It reminds me of like the potential fates of like the pyromancer friend you can make in Dark Souls 1.
Laurentius?
I think that's his name. The guy who you find in a pot who's
okay.
You are just so skilled! Artie, I think you've unlocked Ultra Instinct.
I think I just what's the word? Well, I panicked for one, but I just like fidgeted with luck.
You absolutely Toho'd that. You were like, I'm just gonna micro this. You're weaving in between the bullets.
Yeah. So yeah, should switch to my pendant a bit earlier, because it's not quite at half health.
Very fair. Okay. Yeah, it's getting close to half, if not already.
Now it's, yeah, just under half.
Alright.
Should have used it another time. But I was fine.
Alright.
Yeah, what matters is I wasn't hit.
It helps you create space, and that's a move you can create space against. Honestly, I'm kind of curious what this fight looks like, because I've always used the silver pendant as well for this fight. I wonder how you actually avoid a lot of those attacks, like specifically Dark Beam.
Yeah, like I think you have to roll to the side or something.
Because like, I feel like if you roll through it, there are still so many beads you're going to get nailed anyway.
Yeah, I have the guide open somewhere, so maybe I can read it after.
Okay.
Just for your curiosity. Because I remember it did say, like, you can roll or block like this and like that.
Honestly, if you can block that, that's crazy, because that's pure physical damage in this game. Dark Souls 1 Dark is
you
physical,
can if you have a really good stability shield, like Havel's Great Shield or Tarkus' Black Iron Shield.
You know, I can see that.
But it costs a lot of stamina regardless.
Yeah, fair enough.
Another one? It caught me just between...
That's ridiculous.
I did not press it fast enough in between.
I feel like you're definitely getting better at the fight, though.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm fairly confident I'll beat him, you know, and still have some time left for the Gwyn.
Absolutely,
So,
and...
if I don't beat him within, like, the next hour, I for sure will go pretty much straight for Gwyn. But if not, I'll show a few things, the weird collision things.
Okay. Whatever you're comfortable with, dude. Because if it's 4 hours of Manus, I'm good for 4 hours of Manus.
Yeah, it could happen. But yeah, even with Lies of P, you know, the most I had was 3 hours on a boss.
Wow. Honestly, Lies of P gets pretty crazy, like in the back half.
Yeah, Laxasia is definitely the hardest. I think everyone agrees.
Absolutely.
And you know, with her look and stuff, I've been calling her Lightning Melania.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, she's wasting away. She has the golden armor. And in the second phase, she loses her armor.
And goes like full elemental crazy.
She can fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There might be some inspiration there.
Maybe a little bit.
At least
I'm not sure
she's not talking about her brother. She's talking about her master.
About, yeah, which is kind of, I mean, to be fair, Blade of Mikola, so...
I am Laxasia, Blade of Manus.
Yup. Which is actually kind of crazy, because, like, the Alchemist guy is basically kind of like, I want to say a reflavored Monus. It's not exactly 1-to-1, but, like, you get the same feeling
Well,
of,
it
like,
has
him
a
being, like,
giant
big
arm,
monster.
so...
Yeah!
Oh, I
the final
walked
hit.
into it. I'm probably dead.
Nah. Believe.
I can believe.
There we go.
Okay, got
Back
back
in the
on my feet. Oh, I thought he was doing something else. It's not me, right? He did growl, but... just sort of idly. Okay, so that was a poor start, but... we can salvage this. Last time I barely used any heals, so...
Yup.
I don't know why sometimes I do like 130 and sometimes I do like 115. And it's not tied to the lightning triggering.
Yeah, it's just a case of, like, sometimes you do a little more or a little bit less.
I noticed with
I see that.
Calamite it was mostly like I do a little bit more when I hit his head. Or his tail, I think.
Yeah, like I know
both.
that different parts have different damage resist,
Yeah.
but, like, I wouldn't think it would be, like, different individual finger bones from Mana
Yeah.
Sphere.
Oh, you hit my pinky, ow!
Yup, instead of his palm or something. Or his arm.
Speaking of which, I don't remember how it happened. I just know that I noticed, oh, I just hit my, like the base of my thumb at work. And later, I was like, what is that discoloration? Oh yeah, I have a bruise now.
Oof.
At least that one isn't painful.
That's good, that's good.
I often have bruises on my knees. And at first I was like, why do I always have bruises on my knees? And then I'm at work carrying a big box that I'm sort of kneeing every time I take a step forward. Or I'm kneeling on the floor or on a corner shelf. And I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. Oops. I forgot my new strategy.
I understand. You're obviously flexing on Manus. You've got the fight down.
Yeah. No.
I understand.
I talked a bit about it earlier, like how people will say Dark Souls is fair, and I'm like, no, it's not fair, but at the same time, it's not fair in multiple directions.
Yeah.
Because the enemies are obviously stronger than you, but you only have to beat the bosses once.
Yeah. Like there's some asynchronous balance. Like they have more HP, but you have the ability to heal.
Exactly.
Enemies don't usually punish with critical attacks. You can.
Of course, there are exceptions.
Yeah, of course. Like for more humanoid enemies, but.
Yeah. I did one good action, well, depending on how you see it. I did one good action in this playthrough and it was giving Artorias' soul to Kian.
That's good. But I will say, I think when people talk about the fairness of these games, they're usually talking about, like, the tells, how things are telegraphed.
Yeah, most of the times you can learn the patterns. They have different move sets.
Yeah, and like even with like Sen's Fortress, if like you know what signs to look for, you can distinguish the traps on like your very first run through.
Yeah, you can see the plates even if you don't know they are there. You just keep your eyes peeled.
Yep, I loved Sen's Fortress. I know
and
the
hate.
Poison Swamp. Fair enough. I know the Poison Swamp is a recurring theme in Miyazaki's games, but I kind of wish Sen's Fortress was like a more recurring element in the games.
Yeah, a trap house or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, I know like in Dark Souls 2, like there's the Royal Rat Brigade faction, like lets you kind of control a dungeon.
Oh yeah.
But outside of like Dark Souls 1 and 2, I don't think like it's really been replicated since like those two games.
Yeah, you have a few traps here and there, but you don't have a place that's concentrated. I want to
Yeah.
say like the closest thing might be Karya Manor. Does have some like enemy spawns that feel like snares, and of course the run to the manor. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just
honestly, I can see it, because there are also, like, those little spell circles that, like, when
Yeah.
you walk into them, like, the little spell swords come up. I can see that, yeah, absolutely. I think maybe part of the reason I haven't seen it like that, like, is
Oh.
mostly because, like, part of the fun of the traps is, like, not just getting nailed by them or finding ways to circumvent them, but also finding clever ways to utilize them against the enemies once you know about them.
Yes. Oh, there's one thing I didn't do, and it's there's a the giant that opens the gate to the fortress.
Yeah.
It's apparently not that hard to make him fall off, and then he falls on the
Oh.
bridge that leads to the fortress, and he does not know what to do when he's there because he's trying to head back to his post, but he can't fit through the door.
Oh,
So
no.
you can actually finish him off with the dark trap.
That's a little both sad and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah. Because there's no like invisible wall that prevents him from falling. There's just a little lip that he has to clear, and his like freak out attack lets him do that.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed they kind of home in a little bit?
Oh yeah, that's kind of been a thing that these hexes have done since, I feel like, forever, right?
Yeah. Well, I was talking specifically about the one where when the circle closes around you.
Oh, okay.
Is he gonna run out of spells? Number of casts.
If only.
I only have
If
8
only.
fireballs.
Yeah, he's just built different.
He
is
put
unfair.
a lot in attunement.
Yeah, obviously. He's rocking triple digits right there.
Yeah.
More
thing
casts than he
is,
really needs.
Yeah, he's if he's the father of the abyss, I don't know how long he's been learning those, but it's possible, he's leveled up quite a bit.
It's true.
It's not going well enough for me to want to use humanity to heal, so
That's fair.
I'll just keep going as a warm-up practice.
Oh, does humanity, like Embers in Dark Souls 3, heal you back to
it
full?
heals, maybe not to full, but a large amount.
Okay. So it is basically an extra heal. Gotcha.
Yeah, but they're consumable, so
Yeah, I was kind of curious why they were on your hotbar.
that's exactly that. But if the fight goes well and I run out, I can heal, but it's not going that well. So.
Yeah, it's going well enough. He's like at 45%, 40%, kinda.
I might.
And as long as you're patient, you
switch.
can edge it out.
Yeah. If I get a lot of hits, I might end up using one.
Yeah, just to secure it. Because you've got like 5 of them, I think.
Oh, brother, I have 30 of them.
Fair enough. Okay, 30, yeah. I remember, like, seeing a couple, I was like, okay, so it's not, like, a massive amount, but okay. I have poor memory.
Maybe you got mixed up with one time seeing my Estes number? Or...
Maybe. Maybe I'm just a goldfish in disguise.
That's not
As I
true
say-
that they have a bad memory.
Yup, you've even told me before.
I wasn't sure whose stream I said it on. But yes,
Fair enough,
scientists have found out that they do have a memory.
Yup. It's just an old adage these days.
Yeah. Like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, it's
Man,
feasible,
that-
but it's harder.
Honestly, that one actually just gets me more annoyed than anything else. It's like, okay, you've used a phrase to basically say I'm not actually interested in learning. You could literally
it's
just
an
say
excuse.
that. You could literally just say I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
I'd respect you way more for it.
Well, sometimes it's used to as an insult, not just self-deprecating, but it can be against someone else. Oh, never mind. They're not gonna be able to learn something new.
Ah, okay.
But
Yeah, I've never
yeah,
actually heard it used as an insult, but maybe it's just because I'm not chatty
not
or
much.
that.
Not
I don't
I've
know.
not heard it much either.
Yeah. Hmm.
Maybe because people don't like it.
Understandable.
I mean, there are some expressions that are absolutely vile, like, I have other fish to fry isn't too bad because, fried fish is a food that we eat. In
Yeah.
French, you say that you have other cats to whip.
Oh,
And that means, I have other business and stuff like that, but
yeah.
yikes. Like, why would
Obviously,
you whip a cat?
it's a similar phrase. It has similar meaning, but like the
structure is
literal,
similar. It's something bad happens to an animal.
Yeah, but like those are usually
Almost wince when I hit the nails with the hammer. Because can you imagine getting your fingernails crushed by a hammer? Ow.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I'm glad as active as my imagination can be, it's detailed but not super detailed. I know some people are like very vivid imaginers.
I am not to that point, just maybe cringe a little bit, but I wouldn't say that it's painful. I think the closest thing to that is when someone says their head hurts, I kind of get a little headache too.
Yeah. Just make sure never tell me about the symptoms of illness. I will immediately start thinking I have it. I'll be like, wait, I have sweaty palms too!
According to MD, you have terminal cancer.
No! I always knew! I just was afraid of the signs!
It's kind of crazy to think that we pretty much constantly have some cancerous cells in our bodies, but our bodies are good at catching them and killing them.
Yeah.
No, what makes me the most mad is that the cold viruses, there's like over 200 viruses that cause the cold, and all they have in common is that they do nothing. And all the symptoms are the human immune system being like, whoa, there's an intruder, evacuate.
Oh my gosh, that is actually kind of
frustrating.
Weirdly hilarious, yeah.
Bats are the opposite. Bats carry like tons of diseases, but their immune systems are like, yeah, whatever. So that's why you shouldn't handle the bat without protection.
Yeah, fair enough, because you never actually know what they've got.
Yeah. Rabies is actually pretty rare, though, in bats. The only thing is, yeah, you should get a rabies shot if you get contact with a bat, because that's the deadliest one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, if it's 1% chance, you still don't want to take it.
Honestly, it's not zero, and that's the most important bit.
Ever hear about Ozzy Osbourne biting a real bat on stage?
I've heard he's done some crazy stuff, but I haven't heard that one specifically.
So a fan threw a bat on stage, and he thought it was like a rubber bat or something, so he bit it, but then realized it was a real bat. So the concert ended, and he went to the hospital. And
oh my lord.
That is not a cool thing to do. First of all, poor bat probably died.
Yeah. Second off, why the hell would you throw a real bat on stage?
Yeah, like, I know you want to be really hardcore and stuff, but that is not the way to do. Be hardcore, but be kind.
There's having fun, and then there's also, like, if you make the wrong move like Ozzy did, you will actually be in some trouble.
Yeah. Imagine he died of rabies and you're the fan who caused it.
That would be horrible. Yeah. Holy cow.
Oh, I misread.
All good. Still got plenty of HP. He's pretty passive right now. He's giving you a moment to heal.
Okay, I need to switch because wow, right on cue.
Yup. Ooh, Darkbeat comes out fast. And it's crazy to have force on a consumable.
Yeah, there's not a lot in this series.
Yeah. And there's just like 8 different flavors of Soul Arrow. Actually, 8 is kind of generous. It's like the 2 variants of Soul Arrow. Soul Arrow and Soul Spear.
In Elden Ring,
crystal...
it's all the glintstone. Oh, there was a follow-up. Oh.
Yup, the 3rd hit. But you've been very efficient with your healing so far.
Yeah, yeah. Come on. No, not that sort of come on. Yes, that's my favorite move to punish. It's easy to read with the overhead catalyst.
Yup, and while he's in midair, there's no real delay. He's already in the air, he has to come down. He doesn't suddenly fly for a half second.
Yeah. It's not like Ornstein, who sometimes gets stuck on stuff where he's trying to charge you, and then he starts moving erratically, because I feel like it's a glitch in the game that the momentum gets accumulated. You know that sort of glitch, right? In some games, sometimes?
Yeah, it absolutely has to be, because that's ridiculous. He should not be zip-zooming like that. He should be zip-zooming, but not like that.
Yeah, so that's one question that comes up. If you remake the game, like, how do you compensate for that? Do you keep it the same and it's glitchy, or do you fix that and it becomes easy? I walked towards it a little bit.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to delay it for the last moment, but oof. And that was a really good run too.
Yeah, I can't. I think it's because I can't decide if I want to stay in the middle and cast it twice, or I think I should do that instead of trying to, like, get out of there. Get out of the circle.
Yeah, because as you try to roll out of it, you could just get hit by one of the spirits that finished intersecting with the others.
The timing is so, like, precise that it's better just stay in the middle and spam the pendant.
Yup.
But you know, I've been more consistently reaching phase 2, so
that's really good.
So since I had a sort of unexpected early break, if you want to take a break during a time that I'm not, we can do that too and alternate.
Oh, that's appreciated.
So there's less dead air.
Very fair. I don't know what you mean by dead air, like, we're just talking.
No, but like, if we're both taking a break at once,
and
I put up the waiting screen with some music, you know.
Yeah, okay. So it's just taking turns, so like, we're not both indisposed at the same time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's not a lot of bosses that have a repeated cutscene. Because usually it's just the one cutscene the first time you meet it.
Yeah.
But because this one, you're on top of the arena, you need to be brought down, so you can't skip the cutscene. Gwendolyn, I think they have the default corridor loaded, so they need to sort of change the map.
Okay.
To the long, super long corridor.
Yup, so he can start sniping you.
Yeah, and I think maybe the Gaping Dragon, since it's not in the arena at the start, the cutscene might play every time, but I haven't died to Gaping Dragon in a long time.
Fair enough. I mean, it is very early, and its tells are very easy
Yeah,
to
it's
see.
pretty slow, so I died to it like once or twice on my first playthrough, and that was it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that attack in a while, so I had time to forget it. Doesn't use it much in the second phase.
Yeah. Okay, he's slowly backing off. He's fearing the real boss in this arena.
Ooh, I barely hit.
A strange thought here.
Hmm?
You've played D&D, right?
Yep.
Honestly, the more I look at them, those little red eyes, they start looking to me like good berries.
Oh, I don't know those.
It's a ranger spell. It has you make a bunch of berries, and when you eat one, you get 1 hit point, and it's equivalent to a full day's worth of food in terms
You
of
know what?
sustenance.
Yeah, I know them after all. I think maybe it's because I played in French. I don't know.
Okay.
But it
Might have a
does feel
different name
familiar.
then.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
know
it's
the
a
name
classic
though.
ranger spell.
It's been a while. In
Very
the
fair.
90s, I played. I was pretty young. Late 90s,
Yeah.
early 2000. I played 2nd edition with my family,
Yeah.
and then a few years later, I played 3rd edition very briefly with some high school friends.
Yeah.
And in uni, I played a little bit of 4th edition and didn't really like it.
Okay.
It was a lot more like complex, and they mixed it a little bit with like a miniature game with strategic
Yeah.
positioning and stuff. Like there are some things to love, of course, but if you like classic D&D, that's not what you're there for.
Yeah.
And I played a bit of 5th edition with friends a few years back.
Okay. Good
Right.
collection of experience there.
Played a lot of different versions.
Good stuff.
Oof.
He tried. He tried.
Ah, that's the back swipe. I barely ever see it.
Yup, because you're not usually facing his backside.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
fighting with honor.
now you're making me think of Sir Alon. He's from the Dark Souls 2 DLC. I don't know if you know him.
I've heard of him before.
Okay.
I remember he falls in love with Zuli the Witch.
Oh, that I don't
think.
know. I really don't know the lore. I'm more
Maybe I'm
interested in the lore of 1 and 3.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I've only like heard a little bit. I might be mistaking him for a different character, but I recall from Dark Souls 2 lore.
He might do.
Yeah,
He
recall
has
that-
a very, like, sort of samurai-looking thing going on.
I'm gonna look him up real quick
Yeah.
just to make sure I'm not talking about
He
someone
has
else's lore.
I think it's a naginata or a very long version of a katana. And if you get him to low health before, like super low health, and you don't get hit at all, he commits seppuku.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, oh, he's a weeb. So it would be funny
I mean-
if he had a waifu too.
Gosh. Alright. I think I might have been thinking about someone else.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Yeah,
it's Coco! Hi!
Welcome, Coco.
Nice to see you. You haven't melted.
Welcome, welcome.
So yeah, I've been talking with them a little bit and said like, if you're not comfortable for a voice chat, there's no problem. And I'm glad they managed to make it even just to chat in the stream chat.
Absolutely. But if they decide to join in, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Either or. Oh, you wanna join the call? I just started the fight, but after this attempt, I can add you to call. Just wait a few
Sounds
minutes
good.
because there is no pause button in Dark Souls.
Yeah, only in Sekiro.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yep. Game's only single player, so they were like, yeah, we'll put in a pause button.
I thought like in terms of like design philosophy, it might be against. Anyway,
Yeah, I definitely get that sense from like the first Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1.
have you ever played Demon Souls?
I have not. No, I had a friend who played Demon Souls
Okay.
back in high school, and they told me about it. I was like, why the hell would you play like a hard game just to get stomped? Yeah, and now I'm addicted. It's oh, the turns table.
Yeah. I played Hollow Knight before Dark Souls, and it kinda helped me a little tolerate difficulty a bit more.
Yeah.
Of course, as a teen, I played like God of War on hard difficulty, and I did play some like platformers like on the NES, and I played Sonic and stuff. So those are all about memorizing the stage and
Yeah.
trying over and over. So
Yup.
just some of
new-
the games came out at the wrong time for me in my life to try.
I hear that.
Like
'Cause I first got it. Go ahead.
anything after PS2, I was broke, so didn't play a lot of it when it came out. And I never really got into consoles later, so I've been mostly a
Yeah.
PC gamer since like 2010.
Okay. Very fair.
And before that was even old consoles like GameCube and PS2.
Very fair. I mean, those were great consoles.
It's kind
A
of
lot of
weird
games.
to think about it as my childhood, and I'm like, well, I was kind of a teen when I first played those, so maybe not.
Yeah, I
When I think
suppose so.
when I think video games of my childhood, I think about things from before I was 10. So, you know,
Okay.
NES, Genesis, and PlayStation were my first consoles.
Yeah.
So yeah, Coco,
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
fighting one of the hardest bosses in the game, and I'm at level 1.
Yup.
Don't be
Artie's
too
put in the work.
concerned. Yeah, don't be too concerned about spoilers, because the end of the game is very like vague and open to interpretation.
Yeah, you kind of need a lot of context and lore description to really piece together. I mean, you get the gist, sort of,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah,
there's a lot of meaning going on.
I don't remember like how I felt the first time I met Gwyn, the last boss, because without saying too much, like it's not what you'd expect of a last boss.
Definitely not, no.
He's not a pushover, but you know, fairly easy compared to some others. So.
Yeah. I will say I think it's really funny, the people who, take the Gwyn fight and they're just like, what if I just parried every swing and just made him a joke?
And they found a technique where you deplete your flask, and it gets you the exact timing when you do the empty flask animation over and over. Well, every time you parry him, gives you the exact timing to parry again.
Oh my gosh,
So-
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's like parry, the first time is the hardest, then you hit, then you pretend to drink but you miss, and then immediately hit the parry, and he always works.
Very fair, Coco. The heat is pretty awful today.
I've been lucky, it's been getting cooler, but last week was deadly.
Yeah.
Like, I usually keep my windows open at night when it's cool, not too cold, but then, like last week, a few days, I kept my... I was caught off guard, I completely forgot.
Yeah, you were so busy healing that you forgot the
Forgot to
pendants.
switch to my pendant. But yeah, last week there were a few nights I didn't leave my window open because it was hot outside. All right, so forgot
Artie,
where
hold
the
on.
button is to add a friend.
Artie, wait. So Coco was talking in chat and saying they're having a headache, so they might not be able to jump
Okay.
into call. Yeah. That's why I was saying, yeah, all
Coco,
absolutely cool.
do you
Coco,
still want to
relax,
hop
take it
on
easy.
call? You can close your eyes and still chat, but it's however you feel.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon, honestly, because I know this hot does certain things to people, and it can be pretty heavy. So yeah, just take it easy, relax.
Did I miss something else? Okay, we'll try. I just can't remember how to add a friend. Do you
Oh,
remember how to add a friend? Oh, I found it. I found it.
if you're up for it, of course.
No, that's not it. I'm sorry, I've
Absolutely.
never had a group conversation just in the DM. Do I just call?
Hold on. So if I do that, oh, actually, if you just go to the window,
Mm-hmm.
hover over the screen,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see a pair of characters, pair of humanoids, and a plus
Yeah?
symbol.
Yeah, but
You
that
click
one
that.
seems to be like send a DM. Okay, no, that works. Okay. I thought that was what it did.
Okay.
Hello? We're not hearing you very well.
Yes, normal.
Oh, sorry, I got
Welcome.
the wrong person. I'm so sorry, I'm on stream. Are you okay?
Yes.
I'm so sorry because you have the. This is Kirito.
Hi.
Are you are you okay to be on the conversation? Because I'm on stream, but I can drop you if.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I
Oh
did
my
an
god.
oopsie and invited Kirito instead.
I was like, what do you
And
mean?
your face is in the center of his PFP.
I mean, yes. That-
So say hello to my friends. I don't know if you have reactives you want me to add on stream, but I don't have
I
to.
should have mine I should have mine added. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's no need for it if you don't feel.
I mean, you did see me in the PFP. We are dating, so
No.
oh no.
Oh no, you revealed that to my
Oh
stream.
God, nobody can be parasocial with me. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
uh, so happy birthday.
Oh thanks.
Hold on, what?
You didn't see the messages. It was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, already told me like several weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I can be here. And then it got hot as fuck, and my body's like, you can't do
Oh,
shit. And I'm like,
I no, I
Yeah.
just remember you did told me.
Aha.
oh my silly goose.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Gang's all here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have that many friends.
I told
Absolutely.
Logra this morning. I don't
Yeah.
know if she wished you a happy birthday. I'll
Yeah,
poke her
she
again when
sent
we
me
get
that
back.
barrage of gifts.
Good. Yeah.
And I told her you might as well add this one and add one that says happy birthday.
I tried to find like a happy birthday with bats and I couldn't. So
You
like,
just
I'll
write
just
bad
do.
day in.
I did. Well, oh, I didn't write bad day. I just tried happy birthday, and I got a bunch of like people with cricket bats, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's not what I wanted.
That's not the same, yeah.
It's definitely not.
So did you find a reactive, or we can just do without if
I
you're okay?
think my like so with reactive because I forgot the link. What you can do is you go to the website you're like on your end, and it will show everybody's links in your end call what's automatically.
Yeah, it does. I can actually grab their links for you as well, because I can just grab the
Yeah,
copy
Hmm?
function. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Wait,
I
like
remember
I don't
here it
finding
see.
that.
is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you scroll down
Oh,
on
and
the
there.
reactive Fuji page, it shows everybody's.
Yeah, I found that out
Oh, I don't have
like
that
towards the
open. I
beginning.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, I was sitting here getting ready to join, and I was like, I don't remember what the website is. I spent 6 months
Oh,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
streaming. I was like, I don't how do thing.
Here with 3 bats on the ceiling.
Oh, Bat Gang!
Ba, ba, ba.
Well, I think that's fine to hop back on.
Oh god.
Unless Kiri wants to
Pretty
add,
bad.
add a reactive, I'd be good with that too.
I'm fine.
Fine
Oh,
as
no.
in you're fine as is, or
Yeah.
Are
Fair
you
enough.
suffering?
Yes.
I think it's because my reactive is adorable.
oh, absolutely.
All of your reactives are adorable.
Mini bat.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm streaming Dark Souls 1 at soul level 1.
Nice.
I have no strength, no dexterity, no health.
I think I have
Okay.
access to some of these because I share.
Am I still
Brock has been
streaming on
sharing my library.
Discord?
I don't know. I'm watching you on. I'm watching you on.
Okay.
Twitch.
Yeah, no, you're technically not, because when you
Okay.
changed calls, it
Yeah,
resets.
do you want me
Yeah, 'cause
to
it-
add it so you have less delay? Or?
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just watching your stream. I figured I'd more just be like chatting, especially if I have to lay back while I watch.
I guess it's not too bad. It's probably like a 3-second delay.
Absolutely right. Absolutely, yeah. Like I'm just seeing you on the elevator, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's not bad. Yeah.
So if I say
Yeah. Sorry.
that I just killed an enemy, and then you can tell me when you see that.
Yeah.
All
I can
right.
tell
Well, the enemy's coming up on screen.
you. Yep. It's not too bad. Like you just killed it.
Now he's dead.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's
Not a
really
big
that
deal.
bad.
It's not like you're helping me anyway, so.
I'm
Yeah.
providing moral support and commentary.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Take our energy, Artie.
So, there are several enemies that have, like, names, fantasy or foreign names, but they mean something. Like,
Yeah.
Manus is obviously Hand, with that big hand, but I hesitate to call him Mr. Hands, though.
Yeah, he's only got
yeah,
like the
don't
one
do
big.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't-
For
don't
obvious
do
reasons.
that.
Yeah.
Just oh no.
We already have too
Sorry.
many jokes about Manus these days.
Yeah. Menace the Menace.
I might poo for a few minutes or
Yeah,
something
sure.
at some point because
Take it easy.
so it's their D&D night here at the house for one of the sessions, and they got pizza today, so I might just
Ooh.
wander down there, grab pizza, come back up like a little
Sure.
gremlin.
I would ask that if you're eating, you mute while chewing.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I have a friend that that I talk to a lot that has misophonia, so I'm like really used to just muting.
Yeah.
Also, Artie,
Yes.
why did you choose violence by playing Dark Souls?
Because I like to overcome a challenge sometimes.
I mean,
That's fair.
Yeah,
I was
it's
told
fair.
that the world is great, like the lore is really cool, and
Yes.
I started getting used to hard games, like Hollow
Yeah.
Knight. I think Dark Souls and Hollow Knight probably
Oh,
my
you-
favorite
you
two
have-
games.
You have played Hollow Knight,
Mm-hmm.
then you will be fine.
I've never finished the Pantheons though. Beating
memory
several
serves.
bosses in a row is brutal.
Memory serves, Artie is actually quite the Souls vet these days.
Well, this is only my 4th run of Dark Souls. If you count my first 2 as 2 separate, because it was just a New Game Plus. First game, I hadn't even found the DLC.
Okay.
I played through Dark Souls 2 once, and then I tried to do a New Game Plus and just kind of got tired. I tried to do another run a few years after, and didn't get too far. Got tired of it. He is wrecking me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've also beaten Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3, I did 3 runs in a row. Like, New Game Plus 1 and Plus 2.
Yeah, so this is definitely not your first foray into a Souls
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Especially since you're doing
Sekiro,
you're
I
doing a
did
level 1 playthrough.
everything, yeah. And Elden Ring, yeah, I did a full run and a New Game Plus where I mostly explored everything I could find.
Yeah.
and I started a completely new game with a like the first ones. I was more of a bandit character that ended up gearing up a bit towards strength towards the end.
Okay.
And my second run or third run, actually, I created a mage. And as a backup for enemies that have good magic defense, I had Saint Trino's sword that puts enemies to sleep.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I will say I know some people who their favorite spell is also bonk for when they do strength builds.
Yeah, it's like magic strength. Anyway. Oh yeah, the meme was like Unga Bunga, and the magic one is I Unga, therefore I Bunga. Sorry to anyone who doesn't know anything we're referring to.
I haven't played as many games as like a lot of people that I know and grew up with. I only started like gaming more as like late teen adult, like
Okay.
never allowed to really play. So in the games that I did get into were like
Comfort
Harvest Moon
games.
originally, but like I also did grow up with the SNES and the like the original like Nintendo one, so I played with both.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'm more of a gamer now than I was, and I'm like experimenting more. Like I have access to Brock's Steam library.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I have tried to play Dark Souls. I haven't played it on stream because it was too intense for my PC.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiri watched me play a little bit.
Kiri, are you experienced and able to recommend this stuff? Guide them a little?
Yes.
Yeah. I was just like, let me do it, as I died like 50 times.
It is hard, especially if you're not used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was at the boss that like the first boss of the one that I was playing that I needed to beat
The big
to
green
be able to start
demon.
leveling up. I don't remember which one was it. Do you remember which one it was, Carrie?
Probably the Taurus demon then.
I don't remember which one I was playing.
Yeah, I can't help you on that.
Forgot.
I'll have to check back and see if I can figure which one I played.
Yeah,
But
if you
yeah,
had
no,
to do...
sorry.
I was just thinking, like, if it stopped you from leveling, that sounds like either Udix Gundyr, or it sounds like, if we're talking Dark Souls 1, the...
Asylum demon.
The Asylum Demon, yeah.
Because you haven't
might
unlocked leveling up yet, yeah.
It might be the first one, yeah, because I feel I'm the type of person that will try to start like at the beginning on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it might have been that one, but yeah, no, I sat there, I grinded these low level enemies in like the first little practice area, and then I get in there and it's like just got my shit.
It's completely different, yeah.
So then when I went in there, I tried to like get back my souls, but I think if I pick it up again, I'm just gonna try and kill him and then do that, because obviously
sometimes retrieving your
stuff.
souls just kills you because you're not you're not paying enough attention or something.
Yeah,
It leaves you vulnerable.
Yeah, it was in like a very dangerous area each time. Somehow it like was kind of right dab in the middle of everything. But I was just like, I've just been doing that for so long, and that's so many souls that I just didn't want to give it up.
You think that, but trust me, it's not a lot of souls. You
yeah,
think
like,
losing a couple thousand souls is big, but in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I was very new.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, there is one trick for keeping your souls out of a boss fight if you need to spend them before losing them all to a boss.
Dying early?
I was gonna say, what you do is you get your souls in the boss fight, and you quickly navigate to quit game through the menu, and it takes you to the title screen.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough.
Yeah, no, I think
muscle
I had to
memory
literally. I think I literally still had to beat that boss to get to a point that I can actually use my souls in the one that I was playing. So
Fair
it's like,
enough.
so yeah, it was just like I couldn't like build up, and I'm still learning. I like help in some areas, but a lot of the times I like to figure out stuff on myself. On my own.
Yeah. Part of the fun is exploring and getting that sense of aha moment.
Yeah. And getting used to timings. Like I do have a little bit of a like it would be the term handicapped though, honestly. I have a bit of that like with some of my reaction times to things, so I have to figure out how
That's hard, yeah.
to time it in my own way that's worked for me, and so that's also what I was getting used to.
Okay.
They have like slower reaction times because neurological issues, so sometimes it's a
Yeah,
little
Coco
funky to
really
figure
didn't
stuff.
hit the jackpot genetically.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, I have for sure one that's a genetic condition issue, and then probably most of them actually are. So it's like, they're like, hey, would you like to have all the debuffs? And I'm like, yeah.
On top of allergies and...
Oh, frick yeah. It's so like a lot of my stuff I may have had in the beginning, like as a child, but
yeah.
it didn't kick in until I was older. So it's just like suddenly getting very sick and suddenly just like, oh, you're allergic to everything. I'm like, but I want to eat it.
Yeah.
Sleeper problems. Oh.
It's Abra. Like I'm allergic to palm oil.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a rough one.
It's in everything.
Yeah, what do you do?
But have to check ingredients on every little
Have
thing
to go like
make sure I don't die.
keto or something.
No, I mean there is a lot of things that I have been able to find.
Okay.
The trick is also finding the names that don't say palm oil.
Yeah,
The ones
that's
that
really
maybe-
scummy that they can do that.
Yeah, it sucks. I struggle the most like with stuff like alcohol too, because so alcohol isn't required to list what's in it. So if I want to have it, and it's less palm oil most of the time, it's more that I'm avoiding red 40, which I'm also anaphylactic to.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, dye, super common food dye.
Yeah, but red is usually easier to avoid in ways because if it's like red or purple and also
Orange.
like really dark blues, orange can actually be easier. A lot of times oranges are yellows. It just depends.
Okay.
I've gotten so used to checking ingredients all the time, and like my housemates will be like, Coco, check the box, and I'd be like, read it faster through, because like I can just scan it very fast and be like, yeah, that's palm oil, that's not palm oil. But a lot of it's like trial and error, because while I've had,
you don't want to trial and error too much on your health.
I mean, it's less like trial and error, like actively, more like, oops, I didn't know this had it and has to research type of thing.
Okay.
Like I know the hidden names, like I've gone to websites where it lists stuff that is made with it, but
good thing there are resources for that.
Exactly. And then I accidentally came upon the fact, because like vitamin A palmate is made with palm. I came across the fact that realizing it's in a lot of non-fat milk products and stuff.
Okay.
Like,
well, that sucks.
It kind of does, but it made it easier for me to figure out why I was missing some things in food, because I used to drink Fairlife, and then I saw it once I started knowing the other name for palm oil. I was like, oh, there is palm oil in this, and switched. So I can only drink whole milk, but I'm also lactose intolerant.
So no milk, no substitutes.
No. Great Value, like Walmart's milk, the whole milk with the lactose.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
safer.
That's right.
Yeah, but because I found out that like anything below that usually has palm oil in it, it made sense when I look at things and it says like non-fat or reduced fat milk in the ingredients list. I now know that that means that it probably has palm oil. So it's like that kind of accidental. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I just can't imagine like going grocery shopping and you have to read everything.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm fast at it now. It's more that like it's reduced
of course.
what I can eat, so like that makes it hard, because like palm oil's in everything and it's cheap. So
And
stuff
they
like most
absolutely
ramens I can have.
destroyed forests because of that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's so much. There's so many like things that just are messed up about stuff like that.
Mm.
It's cheap, so cut a companies use it. Do.
Yup.
Anyway, I was thinking of the meme like I have two sides, and it's like the posters
Oh
for
yeah.
Dark Souls 3 and Stardew Valley.
Oh my god, yeah. And
Literally
someone was
me.
making, you're right. It's like someone was making like fun of people that liked cozy games like Stardew Valley, and I was like, "Excuse me, I could run over hookers in not Final
GTA.
Fantasy and GTA
GTA.
and play farm games."
Yeah. Sometimes
Mhm.
sometimes you listen to heavy metal and sometimes you listen to new age. No, I don't.
If you
Yep.
can't have me at my edgy, you can't have me at my uwu.
Yeah, it's a whole package.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Carrie's realized that like I both like a lot of gothic stuff, but also
Mm,
like a lot of
cute
pastels
stuff.
and cute shit.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I know my kind
Yeah.
of bat isn't very goth, but I like the gothic
Oh
bats too.
shoot! I just realized. So
Hmm?
Kiri and I are like, hopefully we'll find out soon. Gonna meet eventually
Oh,
soon, and then the plan
is he
is
coming
like
to
once I get
California to where you live?
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you could say California in
Yeah, it's
general because
pretty
it's
vague.
huge.
Anyway, I
No
don't know
one's gonna
much.
find me
Yeah, it's
here.
pretty big. There's a lot of people.
Yup. But like it's eventually I need to get I want to get my passport and come up to the
Oh,
Canada. So
Ooh.
maybe
yes, to
someday we can meet an
Quebec.
already in person.
That's
Actually
awesome.
yeah. Carrie live in Quebec, right? So
Yeah, he always says how he's like 20
you
minutes away from me or something.
you
I am
French
literal.
Canadians.
I am literally 20 minutes.
You don't know, maybe you're on one extreme and you only know the name of my town.
Oh, I just remember Montreal is like.
Isn't Montreal really big?
Yes.
So large.
I was
It's
just...
not because it's big, it's because there is multiple like
There's a lot of
small
traffic.
towns. Yeah, yes, yeah.
But yeah, I live in the greater Montreal region.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you some French. It's Montreal, not Montreal.
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 The T is silent and the E is
Yes.
A. Montreal.
Montreal.
It almost sounds like Monterey.
It means Mount
Oh
Royal.
my god.
I don't know why it's royal, because there's nothing, there's no castle, no king here.
I don't know, man.
Artie,
Yes?
because Montreal.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sure.
Tomato, tomato.
Here we say white bonnet, bonnet white.
Say what now?
In French, bonnet blanc, blanc bonnet.
Oh.
That's the equivalent of tomato, tomato.
Cool.
Why?
He doesn't like when I speak French. He hears enough French in his life, so.
It's okay. Whenever we watch stuff and then we come across like it's in Canada or French, and he's like, "Oh," I'm like,
Why? Why?
But it's true that
Suffering.
people would be like, oh, the French accent is so sexy and all, and I listen to it and I'm like, ugh.
Because it's like as you guys are used to it. Honestly,
Yeah,
like a lot of languages, I feel like that also varies on who's speaking it and the way that they
yeah.
talk.
Or people saying, oh, the British accent is so beautiful and stuff like that, but depending on if you're posh or cockney, it can be very different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like you think, oh, British people are gentlemen. No, there's some thugs and stuff
There-
everywhere.
There are people in a big, well, I say big, but it's very populated. I keep forgetting that the US is like abnormally
Yeah.
ginormous.
It's
Yeah.
huge and very populated. Canada is huge, but there's almost no one living here.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you're at too. Canada, for sure, I've heard like is more wilderness than city. Here,
Yeah, like I said,
varies.
there's like a little more territory than the US, but 1/10
Yeah.
of the population.
Yeah, I feel like so. Like in the U.S., like the middle is the less populated.
Mhm.
It's when you get to like the coast that it's very much more
Yeah.
compact.
Yeah.
Unless it's Florida, because Florida's like mostly swamp in a lot of areas,
Huh?
so some of it just doesn't get developed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like I said, here in Canada, it's the south that's more populated.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely interesting to learn, though.
Little
Yeah.
tidbits. Some things
I
I
think-
remembered from school.
I think my favorite thing is showing people that like are like not from the US or like this
Mhm.
continent at all, especially
The size
if
of
I just like last person I explained like things about the US to was from Australia, and I think I broke them.
No.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
people, so like one of the things, especially with California, most people think of California as what they see in the movies, which is most of
LA.
the time it's LA.
San Francisco.
Occasionally people will see San Francisco and be like, oh yeah, but they don't know where they are, and they don't realize that like
It's huge.
California spans almost the entire West Coast.
Yeah,
There's only
yeah.
3 states here.
So
and
it's not
because
all
it does-
deserts.
No, it's not. I mean, even people that don't realize that LA is deserty outside it. They
Yeah.
don't know.
All
They
the
only think
palms,
of, like,
trees, and stuff, that's all
Yeah.
artificial.
that were imported.
Yeah.
They only think of like the city
Yeah.
and not what's outside
California
it. And
comes from a caliphate. For some reason, they were like, maybe they were like, oh, it's a desert.
part of it, south is a lot,
Yeah.
in a lot of areas. But even like the SoCal
Mhm.
can get snow in some of the mountains.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, especially in the mountains, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go like up higher, and like there's the Bay Area, and then there's like more upper
Mhm.
NorCal where it's redwoods forest and stuff.
Yeah,
So
the
like it's
huge
very
trees.
varied climate. Yeah, absolutely.
And conversely, a lot of people don't know that you can absolutely get 100-degree weather here. It's rare, but it happens.
Oh yeah, it's just like it depends on where you're at, and sometimes it gets hotter than normal. Like
Yeah.
here it gets pretty hot. NorCal can get pretty hot, and we can get both like humid and like arid heat depending on where you're
Mhm.
at.
Another crazy thing is that if you take the southmost part of Canada,
Mhm.
it's more to the south than like the northmost part of half of the states. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but like 27 states have their northmost part a little more north than Canada.
Ah,
Because you have a lot of small states up north and a lot of big states down south.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we live in a day and age when people who live on like 3 different corners of a continent can talk to each other live.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's bizarre in some ways when I think of how much stuff is connected now, because like I grew up during the age where that was becoming common, just like because I'm a child of the 90s, so I grew
Yeah.
up with
I was
like the
literally born
beginning
in
kind of
90s. So.
right? Like I keep thinking back, like I keep getting hit with this whenever I'm in stores too, about like certain electronic things, like USB
Oh
just
boy.
messed me up recently like on occasion, because like I grew up originally with floppy disk, and I remember when
Yeah.
USB
We talked
was
about that.
becoming a thing. Yeah, and they're like a five gigabyte USD stick was like $20-$30,
Yeah.
and then now the same one would be like 100, and it's just so bizarre to see and remember how expensive some things were.
Like,
And
I work in an
different. Yeah.
electronics store, and we don't sell anything under 32 gigabytes.
Yeah, no, like it's just like
And it's like
it just improves.
$7.
Are you dying, Carrie?
Yes.
Well, what's new?
Oof. What's going on?
He always dies.
Yes.
Huh.
Especially when Coco says ara ara.
Yeah. Yeah. And yet he asks for it every stream. He's a glutton for punishment.
Alright, nice. Slowly pacing out your aggression.
I feel like obviously I don't want you guys to feel bad, but I've not been as good when the other two join. We're talking even more.
I have noticed you have gotten a little more fidgety and impatient with some of your roles.
I believe in you, Arhi.
Maybe I'm getting tired.
Possibly.
Yeah,
How
we
long
have been
you
out this
playing?
for
Two
two
and
and
a
a half
half.
hours now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably switch games. I am on my PC. I'm drinking caffeine as well.
The thing is, it's so tempting to go to the final boss because he's optional. But I want to do
Yeah.
every boss.
Yup,
Murder.
you've committed so far. You've taken out Artorias.
Yeah, Calamity took
taken
me
out
6
Calamity.
hours. Not in a row, but
Manus is a really hard boss. He's got a lot of mix-ups.
Yeah,
attacks
different
that look similar and have slight
timings,
delays. Yeah. He's got some really ridiculous dark sorceries that you basically don't necessarily require, but they're a lot more helpful with the item.
I'm pretty sure for my first playthrough I didn't find the pendant. But maybe I did
That's
find it because of a guide or something, because I was having too much trouble. But I feel like because I was a very heavy build with a shield and all, I just tanked the damage with the shield and then prayed for the best and healed.
fair enough. I remember my first fight against Manus. I was rocking the Patches playstyle. Like I had a wooden great shield and spear basically.
Could you do a shield poke?
Yeah, I could do shield pokes back then.
Nice.
Yeah, I learned that like spear and shield was really good, so I leaned into that. I started sorcerer, but then kind of leaned into that later. I even went for the longest spear in the game, the demon horn thing that the lightning gargoyles use in on Orlando.
I did. Oh yeah, but I didn't realize there were different length spears. I rolled. I rolled. My old talent has shown up again, rolling exactly too late. And then he
realize
charged
that.
at me with the combo.
Not the combo.
Yeah,
Damn.
I never got used to being close and dodging it, so I don't think I'm gonna ever learn it.
I mean, you're doing a lot. I don't think I'm about to embarrass myself here, but
Oh no.
I don't think I've ever actually fought Manus.
Oh, okay. Have you fought Artorias and?
I have beaten Artorias. I got to the point where Manus died. So what I did was, when I say I never really fought Manus, was
Oh,
like I
you
kept losing to
cheesed
him. I used the ball.
Ah.
I used like 99 bolts.
Yeah, I'll show the others if they don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
Because it's weird. Before I ever played the game, somehow someone said you can cheese every boss with a bow, which is not remotely true.
Yeah.
Like maybe 3 bosses. I know the Iron Golem you can.
I think you can also do it with the Moonlight Butterfly too.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but most bosses you can't see from the outside. But
yeah, but
this
uniquely.
I'll show because you can see his eyes easily.
Yup, it kind of hurts that like he's got like these glowy red eyes that kind of out his position in an otherwise
Weakness.
obscured
Ranged
map.
battle. Here he is. Oh.
Yeah. Yup, and you can just kind of poke him from like for like I think it took me like an hour or two to kill him with like wooden bolts because it didn't have special bolts. Yeah,
Okay.
it took me a while, but I did it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab food
Pizza.
and come back up.
No, okay.
Enjoy. But yeah, if I ever play Dark Souls 1 again, which I absolutely should at some point,
Yes.
I need to actually fight Manus for real.
Yes, you don't need to do a big challenge run, especially since you're not familiar. Although, if you do it soon enough, you might remember some tips you learned from seeing me. I know it's not the same thing, but
Yeah, as someone who's played a lot of Soul games, like I feel more comfortable playing and revisiting the older games, especially Blight Town and having a PC that can handle it.
oh yeah, because you have Prepare to Die edition, so the FPS is pretty rough.
Yeah.
They fixed that
Honestly,
and remastered.
and the other thing was I beat this is the other side of the coin of I'm embarrassed that I didn't actually beat Manus legitimately, but also on the other hand, I beat the game on keyboard and mouse.
I did my first time too, because I wasn't
Nice.
much of a controller gamer. But then when I played Dark Souls 2, the control on keyboard and mouse were so ass that I had to switch to control,
Yeah.
and I never came back.
So I think if I go back to it, I need to figure out first off what kind of build I want to do. Yeah, I think I might go for like S-Stock or like the Balder thrusting sword because I do
Yeah,
like
like
swords
a,
that have thrusting and slashes.
Like with a targe or something like that, and a rapier.
Yeah, the Balder side sword.
No, but the shield, the buckler.
Oh,
Would you?
I'm actually not that good at
No.
parrying.
Yeah, okay. I feel you on that.
Yeah,
And there's
I
not a
usually
lot of
pick-
enemies you can parry anyway. Like the big bosses don't. Like Manus literally has no attacks that you can parry.
Yeah, like I really like using the lightest great shields, even though there's chip damage.
Oh yeah.
The fact they're classified as great shields means they have high guard boost, which means you don't lose a lot of stamina. And second, attacks are more likely to bounce off them because of their shield type.
Stability or something.
Yeah, it's like I think it's called deflection.
Okay,
but
yeah.
It's very rare mechanic that like people don't usually look at because it's like, why use the great shield when you have heater shields that do 100% block?
Mm-hmm. Well, I use the great shield because of the stability. Consumes less stamina.
Yeah, is good. But it's kind of weird. My Souls journey has been very strange. Like I started with a patches playstyle, and now I'm all the way back to Great Shield S-Stock in Elden Ring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta, you gotta switch things up, and sometimes revisit some classics.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better with thrusting swords because I really like the idea of like Liza B taught me that
Exactly what I was thinking about.
What I really like in a weapon moveset is one that controls space for both initiating and getting out of combat. So like the rapier in that game, the wintry one, the fact that its heavy attacks let you poke and hop out.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
like
huge
that
for
too.
me.
I didn't use
And-
it that much, but yeah, it's pretty handy if you can incorporate that. I say
Yeah,
that, but
and-
no, yeah, sometimes on more on small enemies I used it, not on bosses.
And even in my Sekiro playthrough, I prioritize on the prosthetic tree. I prioritize going for the Nightjar / reversal, specifically because I like being able to
yeah.
jump in and out.
Raptors of the Mist.
Yup. So because I found that kind of repetitive, like because I find in Sekiro and Lies of P that I gravitate towards moves that push me in and out of combat while attacking, I've been like, okay, what's similar to that in Elden Ring? And then I find out that the feint mechanic exists in Elden Ring. I'm like, oh, maybe I should try thrusting swords again.
It's crazy the number of Ashes of War that do very different moves from what you'd be used to.
Yeah. Speaking of Ashes of War, have you seen some of the Ashes of War in the DLC?
I have not looked at almost anything DLC. I kind of want to go blind, but at the same time, it's... I don't know,
And I
it's
won't
just
talk
that I
about
don't
it.
want to hop in too soon.
I get you.
Because I'm not, like, super fussed about Elden Ring. I like it, and I want to play
Yeah.
the DLC, but I'll wait to see if there's a sale.
Absolutely, and it's one of those things where, like, you play it at your own pace, it's still gonna be there.
Hopefully.
And, I mean,
I don't
honestly...
see why not, but yeah.
Yeah, with how big Elden Ring is, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. There would be an outcry if there was some kind of legal, like I said earlier, legal thing that made it not accessible and they had to pull it out.
Honestly, Bamco would destroy themselves if they ever
Yeah.
did something like that. Like, they would literally become, like, EA in terms of, like, villain reputation overnight.
I saw some, like, how to cheese the bosses in Elden Ring videos, but they always started with, like, I wouldn't... maybe it was a sponsor, but it was like, buy Elden Ring runes or something, and I was sure it was a gag at first. I was like, there's no way, but yeah, no, that's a real thing.
It really is, and it kind of flabbergasts me a little bit.
Yeah, it's like completely antithetical. I can't remember the pronunciation, but you get what I mean. It goes against the philosophy of those games. I understand needing some help, but you can summon, you can look up guides. So, like, why would you literally pay money to level up?
And even that, like, leveling up, like, you paid for a game that's meant to be challenging.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be able to adjust the difficulty, but, like, leveling will only do so much. It'll just mean you can face tank, and then will you really be, like, happy with it? You, like, trivialize the boss's damage if you can even outscale it that much?
Mm-hmm. My first, my Elden Ring playthrough, I started with a great knife, and I love that it bleeds, but I added a frost effect, so those are two super big damage procs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can...
especially...
I managed to, like, almost stun lock Radan on my New Game Plus, and he didn't even go to second phase. Because I staggered, bled, and frosted just in time to stun lock him out of his animation.
That's excellent. Yeah, did you also pair it with fire to remove the frostbite to reapply it?
No, I
or
didn't
did
know
you
that
just go...
that trick. Anyway, I only procced it once. So.
Yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, it's not a very well-known trick. It kind of came out midway through the game's life cycle that people started figuring that out. Like, it wasn't like a day one known thing, I feel.
Of course. Or like the little extra chip damage you can deal with lightning and water, or...
Yeah, the 10%. Same with the fire and water, like 10%
reduce,
reduction.
Yeah. It makes sense, but it's minimal. Well, 10% isn't that bad.
Yeah, it makes it so, like, enemies die a little bit sooner, so maybe you're losing less FP. Maybe 2 casts to kill something instead of 3.
I didn't think about FP management, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm having this one friend who's playing through the game. It's their first playthrough. They've only gotten, like, 2 great runes. And they're already, like... They've pumped Faith to, like, 34. And their Vigor's, like, 20.
Okay. Oh, I don't remember this, like... what that represents. It's been too long.
It's health.
No, I know what
health.
it means, but the numbers, like, is that big for that point in the game or something? I can't remember.
No, usually you want to be rocking like 30, 40 health at that point.
I figured it was
they're
low.
starting to hit mid-game. But they were like, I got all these cool lightning spells. And it feels a little weird to just be like, mana efficiency, lightning bolt is just the best one. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like, that's... The others are utility. If you want other alternatives that are high mana efficiency, then you look for spells that are not lightning. You go for... Because you're leveling Faith. So if you want other utility low-cost options, you go into fire and you go into holy.
Yeah, I don't
But-
really know the meta for the spells.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fair.
Hello.
The ADHD got me.
Welcome back.
I got the pizza and then I ended up talking with Pook for a minute or
Oh,
so.
that's fine.
Feel that? Pizza is a very social experience.
I wasn't alone, so don't worry.
Absolutely.
It's my best try so far. Of
Yeah,
all
honestly, you're
tries.
almost
Used to me
there.
wandering away.
So maybe
gotta stay
you're
patient.
just in time to see me finish the fight.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
But yeah, so like there's a lot of really good utility. I love the spell diversity in Elden Ring. Yeah. Like I do wish certain spell schools had more spells to flesh them
Yeah,
out.
some
as
of
a
them are
category.
very small.
Like that's literally like only 1 or 2 spells in a category. It's like, where's the rest of them?
They were forgotten. You think they might be DLC? Ah, come on. I missed the
Maybe.
shot.
Because again, I've only spoiled certain things because my one friend told me like certain quest lines might break if I do certain things. So I'm like,
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
into that. To be fair though, Elden Ring's been very good about being very forgiving about quest lines and breakpoints for them. Like usually quest lines don't advance unless you're intentionally advancing them in Elden Ring.
Yeah, in Dark Souls, there's a lot of NPCs you can get to go hollow because you missed a little something. Yes!
Good stuff.
You did,
You did it already. Congratulations.
Total of 3.5 hours,
So proud.
Very, very proud.
and only
Father of humanity finally goes down.
only one boss remains. Okay, let's talk to Dusk.
Didn't even need the 30 humanity.
No. Does something happen like when you rest or something, or because all I can remember is that she moans and stuff.
All right, then yeah, go rest and come back.
I'm gonna.
I know that you might be able to visit her back at Ulasil or something to talk to her.
Or at Dark Root, maybe. I don't know.
I think Darkroot just because the problem is like if you
Time
if I remember,
paradox.
yeah, it's one of those things where she recalls the Knight Artorias saving her, so I guess you don't really talk to her here.
Yeah. Oh, very important. I need to get back my souls.
Yes, that little green puddle.
900. Okay, what do I level up now?
I mean, that's after you beat Gwyn.
I want to just see.
How far you could.
Do I have? Oh, yeah, I do. I was about to say, do I have you on Steam? I do. I do.
Yeah. Man, I forgot how dark it is because last time I was here, I had the sunlight maggot.
Yeah.
Do you have any requests
Oh.
of outfits or something? Something light?
Oh.
Or is this good for those who know?
I have no
Well,
idea.
Well, yeah, of course you don't.
I like the dark ambience of this place.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and jump in a weird spot because that one is pretty easy to do.
Okay.
This place is so ominous
Yeah.
with all the enemies and stuff.
Yup, and without the illusory grandeur that was
Yeah.
here.
I called my stream when I got there. It's always sunny in Orlando.
Yup. Good taste of irony there.
Yeah. Well, that was before I killed the sun.
Yup.
I think
then,
I'll put on my light. I found my
Alright, go for it.
sun because it'll be easier to see.
All right. That's up to you.
Sun.
Go for it.
Just need to hop on that. Ah, I wasn't running.
How does it feel to be so grossly incandescent?
Could you see that I clipped through it?
Yeah.
So the banisters, this side is shorter than this side, and they put the same hitbox.
Interesting.
So, and you can see my feet are like freaking out, not knowing what height to reach, because they're trying to stand on top of the model, and on where the actual collision is at the same time.
That is a little awkward. That's kind of wild.
Where's the online items? Is it consumable or
It should be in the consumables.
maybe I never bought it actually? Yeah,
I mean, since you're doing a solo SL1 run, I
Yeah.
don't imagine you'd buy it.
because in the video they were like, "Hey, maybe you can leave a message that says illusory wall."
Yeah, I believe it's a type of soapstone to leave messages.
Yeah, the orange soapstone. I don't have it. No, no
well.
big deal. I'm back in the abyss. The other area is a bit
Lovely.
harder to reach, so I think I'm just gonna go to the end game now.
Yup. It's time. Question becomes, will you light the flame or snuff it out?
I've already made up my mind, but I'm not gonna reveal it. Oops, wrong side. It's been a while. I haven't shown my face.
Hmm.
I mean,
I usually
with the lack of
make
humanity.
my characters bald because it kind of reflects my bat having just even fur.
Yeah. But I think the character ends up looking a lot nicer when the humanity's popped in. They're not red skin zombie.
Take that, Frampt. Accidentally unequips FAP ring.
Alright, here you go. The kiln of the first flame.
Yeah. I could have done that earlier, but I was like, might as well just do it when actually going for the boss.
Yup.
I've not been looking at most of the cutscenes, but you know, sometimes you gotta take it in.
Yup. You've worked so hard to get here.
Absolutely. And here, 20 Estes. Alright.
I have devoured the pizza.
Excellent. What type was it?
They got Little Caesars, and I grabbed the pepperoni because I don't like onions and stuff, and Little Caesars is safe for me. So.
Nice.
They were thinking of me.
Yeah, I was thinking, is it like the good kind of cheese, or does it not matter at small amounts?
I look into everything. Little Caesars doesn't have any ingredients I'm allergic to, either in the crust. Well, some of their stuff does. Like their deep dish, I think, has it.
Okay.
Because it's
Yeah.
more like a cakey. Because
Oh,
vegetable
yeah.
shortening is made with palm, so I
Yeah.
have to avoid that too. But yeah, and then I think Domino's is semi-safe-ish, but like you have to. I can't have the like garlic oil stuff spread on it because it has it. But
Huh.
Little Caesars is
mixed-
completely safe
Yeah.
for me. So mostly,
Mm.
the ones I like are safe.
Imagine I
Yeah.
first try him. The problem is the run back.
Honestly, I think you could first try it.
I don't know his
We'll see.
moves anymore, but yeah, I haven't practiced parrying as I thought I might, but I think it's never been a problem for me to just roll.
Yeah.
Except my
He's not
first
the
playthrough,
craziest-
I wasn't a rolling kind of build.
Yeah. He's definitely not the craziest boss in the game, like, even if you don't parry him, like...
It's okay, I have plenty of heals. I just have to stay away from the wall in case I get attacked.
Yup, you don't want to get cornered.
No, I locked on the wrong. Ooh, he can two-shot you. Well, not two-shot you, but it's a two-hit combo. Ah. There it goes. The plin plons.
Yup. The notes of the tune.
So yeah, the story is that he's basically a god who was trying to make his reign prolonged longer than it should. So he's like put himself into like a primal fire to revive his glory, but it could only do so much. So the world is just fading into darkness. And the game is kind of hinting that it's better to accept it. And that doesn't mean the end of the world. It just means that it will change.
Yup, the end of an age.
Exactly. And Dark Souls 3 was like a direct sequel to it. It's thousands of years in the future and the world is even more distorted because they've been feeding other people to the flame. And basically it's the game saying we could keep making Dark Souls games, but it would just be like a mutated mass, and like we have to move on to something else.
Yeah.
The Painted World was like that too, and Dark Souls 3. I never actually played the DLC.
Oh.
Because when I first got into Dark Souls, I just, I was interested in it, but I never played. And I saw a bundle that was Dark Souls 2 and 3. But didn't have the DLC, so I bought it. But I was like, I kind of want to play the first one first, but it wasn't on Steam, so I kind of put it on ice. And then the remaster came out, so I played that, and yeah. So I never got the DLC.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I like how the Ashes of Ariandel DLC really helps put into context the Age of Fire, Age of Dark, in a new light. Well, kind of a similar light, but it recontextualizes it, which is very nice.
I think to learn a new timing is... because he's obviously very different from Manus.
Yes, he's quite a bit faster.
Yes, but his hits are generally a little bit lighter. I can't believe I'm still alive. Because I'm used to the heavier hits. I'm about to learn to parry.
You're about to.
So it's kind of a tragic figure. He's a shadow of his former self. That's why it's the sad music playing.
Yup, he's prolonged the Age of Fire and himself. Long past its due date. Yeah, he's kind of just, he's not even a king anymore. He's just a servant to the flame.
Yeah. I was gonna see something else about Thunder, but better leave it now. Our secret. Don't spoil the sauce.
Which is why I was kind of surprised you were talking about Gwyn a little bit here, because it sounded like you didn't want to spoil too much.
Oh, Kiri, are you alluding to like he's an old man saying, "In my time, things used to be a lot brighter"? I'm not sure if that's what you meant.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
We didn't have none of these faithful undead.
We didn't have no pyromancies.
Except we did.
Yeah. We didn't have humans back in my day. Who do you really think they are with the dark soul and so? Okay, maybe I'm revealing a bit much of the lore.
Oh god.
Actually, people could say that in real life. Back in my day, they didn't have the dark souls and all that stuff. We only had Super Mario.
Super Mario. And the Donkey Kong.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, a friend of mine
not
won.
even Super Mario. Oh, that attack. I don't know if you guys saw the clip I shared. But it was that attack and he did it off a cliff.
Oh, that little jumping attack. Yeah.
So that was like beautiful. He chased me to a bonfire only to jump off the cliff.
That's hilarious.
Like I didn't
Alright, Gwen,
even
your
know they
time's
can.
come.
I feel like I have no idea about this. I really don't know. I don't deal a lot of damage. I don't really think I would
I believe
change my
you.
weapon. Because I also
Yeah,
have my
that's true.
axe, which is a bit faster, but it will... I'll change it just to see. Because maybe
Okay.
it could be resistant to lightning.
That could be it because he used lightning to
Yeah,
strip the dragon's scales in
that's his
the
thing.
little intro.
He's kind of like Zeus.
Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, he is kind of like Zeus in that, because he's also safeguarding the fire, which, if we go into, like, Greek mythos, Prometheus kind of gave
Oh
fire to
yeah,
humans.
there's that. Oh wow, yeah, there's a lot of parallels I hadn't thought of, but yeah, they're right. I'm not good at finding like symbolism.
Oh, I stretched and I fell over.
Oh, no.
It's fine. I did it on the bed, so I just kind of
Oh,
flopped
okay.
over. But I was like, "Oh,
Oops.
didn't mean to go that hard."
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd be worried if you fall on a hard floor.
Probably here if I fell on the
Yeah.
floor. I fell like a couple weeks ago, or last. I think it might have been last week. And Pook was like, we have a message chat, and he was like, "It sounded like someone fell." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was me. I fell."
Is he on a lower floor or something?
Oh no, it was upstairs, but it was just like a solid thud. I
Mhm.
tripped. I was in my craft room and I tripped on something and tried to catch myself and did not.
It's really hard.
It is hard. I also have like an instinct now to just kind of go limp when I fall, unless it seems like I'm gonna hit my head, which saves me more injuries actually.
Yeah, you can.
Smart.
It's like when
Like a drunk
people
person.
they don't get injured because they don't brace, because bracing can
Yeah,
cause
exactly.
more injuries.
Yeah.
I was on the way to like the doctor's appointment once, and I started falling. I did that and was like, and kind of like rolled into a somersault and stood back up, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was awesome!"
Oh my.
For me, I had to learn not to try to catch things when they fall, because usually it gets worse, especially if it's something hard.
Oh yeah,
You
like
can
if
hurt.
it's heavy, if it's sharp.
Exactly. If I drop my box cutter, I don't. Well, the blade is automatically retractable, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, but sometimes depending on which ones you have, as you're grabbing it, you could accidentally pop it out.
Huh, barely hit me there. But it's kind of crazy that it's called a box cutter, and usually you cut tape with it.
Oh yeah, like one of the ones that for stores, like the fancy clickies. I still have one of mine from Walmart.
Oh. He tried to grab me from such a distance. Boom, boom.
Clearly his eyes are not working anymore. He needs to see an
He has
optometrist.
ash in his eyes.
Oh.
You really don't have much time to heal, except when he hesitates, but you can't predict that. It's random AI.
He's just like, I see you're healing yourself, let me just shank you.
It's quite possible that it's part of the AI.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's, considering it's like very every time,
Consistent.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You
I
might have to
did
do
a
it behind
little
rocks or
better
something?
with the axe. What were you saying?
You might, are you able to like get behind rocks to do that for him to not be able to do that rush?
Yes, slightly, yes.
Because he's shanking you the same way every time you try to heal, so maybe if you are able to get behind something when you do it,
Elden
it might
Ring,
save.
there's a boss that's notorious for throwing fireballs at you when you heal.
Yup.
Rude.
There are a lot of bosses in Elden Ring are actually designed to have a specific move that they use when you try to heal.
And it's so quick that it has to be like input reading in the degree
Yeah.
that it reacts to your button press, not as if a person is seeing
Yeah.
something and reacting, it's so quick.
Yup, and to be fair, I think that's kind of a nice change. Like I know
That's
some
okay.
people, yeah,
I'm okay with it.
like yeah, it's one of those things where because flask healing is so much faster, they need
It
some
is.
way to punish it.
It is faster.
Um,
I was
and the
so
other thing is-
shocked in this how slow drinking is in Dark Souls 1.
yes, it is. It is actually an intentional move. So to balance that, in Dark Souls, in Elden Ring, they have these attacks because you're supposed to be healing.
Strategically.
Yeah, you're supposed to use it when the opponent's midway through another attack. Like you bait them to do an attack, and instead
Or
of
you're
taking an
hidden.
opportunity to deal damage, you heal. Which is something we've seen in the Monas fight, where you've given up damage windows specifically to heal.
That's the thing. That's when you have a window, you have choices. Do you buff, which isn't an option with the weapon I had? Do you
Yeah.
heal or do you attack?
Yup. And how greedy do you get with your attacks? How many do you do? Do you do a slightly
Yeah,
charged
'cause-
attack? Do you?
Oh yeah, but when you're
All
at
the strategies.
like the last bit of health of the enemy, do you? I don't know. I'm really not feeling it.
Is this the last boss in the game?
Yes.
Yes.
If you beat him, you have no choice but to trigger the end.
I think. Do you have the quick flip ring?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if that would help.
Because I feel like his attacks are so big in
Yeah,
arcs that you need to
maybe.
get more space.
Maybe. The reason I didn't have problems with I'm not gonna say it, am I? I didn't have problems with rolling my other playthrough was because I was using a bow build, so I was always creating distance.
Okay.
So the few times I had to roll weren't like combos.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm obviously not gonna use my pyromancies as a fight because I only have so many.
Yup.
He's already burned.
Plus he's probably pretty resistant to that too.
You say that, but charcoal burns.
True enough.
I never understood that process. Like, you burn something and it becomes cold, which burns.
I
Yeah,
think
that is a
it's
bit
more
weird.
condensed in a way, because coal
Kinda.
isn't just wood.
I do
it's
understand
like-
the fact that the first burning, what it did was remove the rest. It,
I mean, like,
it
coal
only burned
itself,
the
like-
impurities and only coal is left.
Like, if you're talking about, like, charcoal from wood,
Mhm.
that's slightly different than mined coal.
Oh, of
But
course.
it's the density of it, I think, because it has a lot of the it's nitrogen or something. It's the amount that is in
Oh,
it
yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
it
yeah.
because it's made with
The
a lot
amount of coal
nitrogen.
versus, like, yeah,
Yeah, because it's not just
nitrogen or something.
wood. Yeah, it's not just wood that's like spread out and stuff. They more densely populate it with like the actual flamey stuff. I can't word.
Okay,
I
so
forgot. I forgot how to parry. It's the
that's
heavy attack.
That's kind of funny. So
But
I've
he's-
looked at Gwyn's defenses.
Okay.
He has crazy lightning defense, but he actually only has he has less fire defense than he has physical defense.
Huh.
And he
Don't
Sorry.
think I have a good window though to
yeah.
use fire.
Sorry,
My
I was
fireballs are
opening
pretty,
my
pretty slow.
sorry, health.
But for some reason, according to the official strategy, he has over 1,000 lightning defense for no
Okay.
reason. If that's true.
Because if I look at this, it's mostly lightning. It's 300 lightning, 180 normal. And this one is 184 normal, which is more, but it doesn't have the lightning, so it kind of... I mean, the hammer is a bit more damaging against Gwyn.
Yeah.
Because
Do what you like.
it's not like 3,000 less damage, it's, it kind of has diminishing returns, I guess. I think
Yeah.
it's like an
getcha.
exponential thing.
Yeah.
So
Interesting though that like man's burned to a zombie crisp and like his lightning resist is higher apparently.
well, lightning is this thing, and I guess he burned it himself, so that proves that he doesn't have much innate resistance to fire.
True.
Now imagine like something like a ceaseless discharge, just killing Gwyn and then linking the fire, but it doesn't work. Well, maybe more the centipede demon might be the more accurate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's not
centipede demon
trying
was
to do
wild.
that. It's just like, screw you, Gwyn. I'm gonna kill you. And then he accidentally steps in the fire, and the fire doesn't
Yup.
know what to do.
It just tries to consume, but it can't really.
When you walk into a fog wall, you get iframes, but in Dark Souls 2, like, it's very cruel. You don't.
Oh, no.
You have a lot less iframes, so you get caught in the animation for that pretty often. Ah, it was a rolling attack. Ah, I pressed it. Was I out of stamina? Or is it just my natural talent? Man, he's posing more problem than I imagined.
Yeah, okay, you had plenty of stamina there, but it's just you.
I pressed a
think you tried
little too late.
Yeah.
You reading the strategy guide? Maybe you can find me some pointers.
If you like, I kind of closed the page. I just wanted to look at his resist.
I kinda wanna look at it, so if you can
Sure thing.
give me
I
a
got
few
it.
things. Like, describe the moves maybe a little, but for the most part, like, what are the
Alright,
general tips? Except, like, use a heavy shield and a lot of sorceries.
Okay.
I did the wrong thing, but it worked.
Just taking a look at strategies that use the weapons you're using.
Yeah, either the blacksmith hammer or the... Jeez. But... Again, if I had my controller input on screen, you would have seen that I tried. Thing is, I'm not sure if I should switch to two hands, but... You can't parry them.
Yeah.
So I'd have to keep switching actively. And I don't think I'm good at that, if Manus is any indication.
So, I'm gonna have to switch to a different wiki real quick to get more strategies.
Yeah, some of them aren't very good.
Like, they're suggesting, like, using fire negation shields, but I don't think you, like, have the stats for that.
No.
So...
I kind of, I've gotten so far without a shield, so I'd rather not use a shield at all. Maybe a parrying
Yeah.
shield, but... Eventually I want to do a shield-only run.
Okay, if there's some distance between you, he can do a jumping attack.
Yeah, he does that as an opener. Maybe I can bait that. Actually,
Yeah.
there's another boss in the series that acts like that. I don't know if you remember, but I don't want to say too much.
Okay. And it is the high jump is parryable. If you
What?
wanted to bait it. Yeah, it says the high jump can be parried after Gwyn has reached the top of the jump and is coming down to attack.
Gonna try it on the... Whoa! See how high he jumped. I don't know, that felt higher than normal. Oh, it is! I got it first try.
Very nice. Okay,
but
so
I
he's
lose
not
the
gonna do-
lock on.
So he's not going to use his kick on you because you don't use a shield. He does that if you block a lot.
I'm stuck in a fog wall. Oh,
Oh no.
he almost killed his knight. But at least, you know, that one was a good clue. And I really wish I can do that within the hour.
Yeah.
If
I believe
not,
in you.
it'll be a short stream tomorrow.
And you've already switched to a lighter, faster weapon, which is the axe, which is good.
Okay. That was in the recommendation, I guess.
Yup, absolutely, because they say in melee,
Pretty
you do not have a
fast.
lot of time for
Yeah.
big weapons.
Okay. And the riposte is good damage, so...
It is.
Do
and
you know
of
if
course
I
they
can
suggest
riposte with two-handed?
with a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
You mean like the critical attack?
Yeah, can I do a critical with while two-handing it? I think I can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And you still get the virtual strength bonus.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Do a
Yeah,
little bit
you
more
should-
damage.
You should be able to. Is that a chaos infusion? Because I'm pretty sure that removes scaling anyway.
The raw infusion.
Oh, okay, that's the one that's equipped. Okay,
But maybe a fire
'Cause-
infusion would be better?
yeah, because the thing is like, depending on the infusion, if it removes scaling, there's no point in two-handing it, because you won't get any bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, like, does your infusion have strength scaling? If it has
I
any
don't
strength
think it
scaling, you will
does.
get. Then there's no point in
I'll
two-handing
check, but for now I'll assume it doesn't change anything.
it. Yeah, but the best infusion against Gwyn, it seems like, is magic. Because he has, like,
Huh.
0 magic defense.
Okay. I'm not sure if I have the magic ember though.
Fair enough.
I might have already given it to what's his name, Griggs? Well, missed that, but
Okay, I'm gonna read the playbook while you're doing this.
okay. At least I'm sort of seeing his moves a little. It's kind of funny when the enemies decide that they want to chase you, and you keep running away and they're just sort of jogging.
Okay, when he goes for the grab attack, you can find some time to hide behind a pillar and Estus.
Yeah, that one is a... Ah. I was thinking of healing and he jumped at me. Yeah.
Best pillar is apparently near the fog gate because it has a wide base. There's an extra thick pillar near the center of the arena where you first encounter Gwen.
Oops. I got hit by the end of the hitbox.
Oof.
I had those moves that like have a hitbox that lasts longer.
I mean, they suggest hand axes because they have a good balance of reach, damage, and speed. Okay, that's nice.
I don't know. Crystal Ember might be it.
Crystal, I believe, is the high damage, low durability one
Oh,
in DS1.
yeah. So I want to see. I think I talked to the magic blacksmith.
Yeah, it should be
New
right
Londo?
beneath the Firelink Shrine is where you meet him. He's in the prison, I think.
Yeah. So I think I talked to him. So if I had the ember, I would have given it to him.
Yeah, because like otherwise you wouldn't do anything with it.
I was like, I don't intend to use it, but you know, could be.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me.
you haven't been selling off the materials, so like you should be able to give something magic.
Okay, whose soul do I use?
That's a good question.
Don't really care. I'll start with that. I might not even end up using it.
Yeah.
We have to salute the Chill Hollow.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Every time.
Comfort.
Yeah. He's just hanging, just vibing.
This is unusual. And more importantly,
Hmm.
well, I'm Rick.
I think that's the first time I met him. He wary of fall, yeah.
Have you? It's safe here.
Oh, yeah, this probably is your first time meeting him.
He has it by default, I think.
Okay, cool.
Magic hand axe. So, can I reinforce it? Green Titanite. Well, it's already more damage than it used to be, so even if it's just a +2.
Your head on.
Yeah, and you can get the magic titanite from those crystal golems near in Seath's place.
I'm not sure I'm willing to farm for them.
Fair enough. I used to farm back in Dark Souls 1 because I was doing a sorcerer run that turned into a patches build by the end of it.
Yeah. I think it's nice that you can change and... I mean, there's not much in terms of respecking in Dark Souls, but...
Yeah.
In future
Partisan
games...
was my...
Mhm.
The Partisan was my teacher in, you know, yeah. I like the fact that it also had slashy attacks with its charged for small groups.
I know you can feed Fran some Titanite, but I don't know what it does. I think you can
I
convert.
thought you could feed... I didn't know you could feed him titanite. I thought you could feed him rubbish.
Yeah, you can feed it pretty much anything, but I think you can convert Titanite or something.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine. Well and wide awake.
Yeah, magic hand axe, let's go.
Treat me like an old withering
Just want to see... Well, he is old, he's primordial even.
I am pleased. Is it?
Yup.
Yeah, you
I honestly
can...
wonder if the primordial serpents are still alive in Dark Souls 3, because we never see them.
So, I think that just makes them smaller.
Okay, yeah, it does. Converts it.
Farewell. Chose.
I'm not using you. I'm not hopping in your mouth. Because, yeah, I didn't show it. But he... Well, not today at least, but yeah, the normal way to get down is that you ask him and he takes you in his mouth.
Which is, he puts all his food there and he doesn't clean, so,
I imagine. I don't know.
yeah.
Does he really eat from what we can tell? Pretty sure he has a bad breath, but...
Yeah, I don't, you know what, I'm not sure I want to think about what he eats with those teeth of his.
Little teethies.
They're pretty big and flat, so probably plants.
Oof.
Yeah, that was probably more damage from the back. Okay, here's something I want to say. Do you guys ever see, like, when I was in high school, belts that are just decorative? It was really fashionable for girls to wear belts that look a bit like that.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of metal rings.
It was the Veeb area. I honestly think it's like the anime effect in a lot of ways.
I wouldn't think so. It wasn't that big in that time.
It's not necessarily straight up anime. If like you're around the same time I came up, it's like that kind of culture leaching into America and America's, because like I wore a lot of belt stuff because I was a fucking weeb. It's like the cute ooh and kitty cat anime that happened.
Yeah, back when I was in high school, emo fashion was starting to get big.
Yeah,
and scene stuff.
Yeah.
Studded leather belts that were just to be there.
Yeah, that's definitely
pants,
like Japanese influences, like Final Fantasy and stuff had a lot of that.
Yeah, you got the goth and the emo phase combining with like a bunch of weeb shit, then that's definitely what happened.
Meanwhile, I
Oh my
was
God.
wearing bow ties and suspenders.
I mean, you that was also somewhat the era.
Yup.
You had the hipster coming in.
I got mostly
Before it was cool.
like my father was really scared. He was like, people might, if you wear a bow tie, they might laugh, And I was like, yeah, we'll see. And
People laugh
for the
at you
most
whatever you wear.
for the most part, like that wasn't a problem.
Especially when you hit like high school.
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
about that
elementary school and middle
damage.
school didn't understand, or
What
it
is
was more
that
apt to be made fun of.
damage?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
what happened to
nothing.
it?
The riposte was good, was better.
Yeah, that's
Oof.
What happened?
Ouchie.
Because like you can see the magic damage is high, like on the stat screen, but like why is it doing so little?
Yeah, I feel like you chunked at them better with the other stuff.
And it's not like you have crazy stats to scale off of. Like it's not like the previous one was giving you a lot of stats.
Maybe I should check the scaling though. EEC, yeah. Now it's kind of late to change it.
I guess I'll check the wiki. Cause like
I mean, I can still learn to parry more anyway.
I'm looking at like the defenses. Like I'm not crazy, right? It even says in the guide like don't use lightning.
Yeah, lightning is for sure, but I thought maybe fire. But if you say like, yeah, magic is its lowest resistance.
It doesn't even list magic, so I just assume it's 0.
It's really weird because the numbers seem like they would be higher.
Yeah, it even says for the Dark Souls fandom wiki, these stats are sourced from Future Press's official Dark Souls strategy guide. So like, what's going on here?
Hijinks, apparently.
Apparently, we're getting gaslit into like into doing no damage.
Yeah. Maybe if you just type SL1 Gwyn, I don't know.
Yeah.
Build.
We'll see what other weapons.
not
Man,
not
people are saying
build,
he's in it.
not build, but loadout, because you can't call that a build at level.
Yeah.
Like maybe power within can help, but I retrieved my 0 soul.
Okay, so.
Really like that sort of glassy texture. It's kind of weird that it's colored like that, but it's just to say that there was like a powerful flame here and it glazed the ash or something like that.
Yeah.
That job always gets me. It's so goofy. Bro thinks he's a dragoon.
He really does.
Miss time, and I'm dead. I have tried, and he just threw me.
Oof. He was like, no hugs,
No.
only death.
Only the pain and suffering.
Because, yeah, before I was at like, what, 84 damage? 184
Yeah.
damage?
Now it looks like you're doing a lot less. I'm looking up SL1 runs of Gwyn now. See what people are using. Someone's using a parry build. That can't be right. Alright, list what your build is in the description. Chaos Reinforced Club.
Chaos Club.
Why Chaos?
Fire. I don't have the Chaos Ember though.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Ouroboros. What is
they,
he using?
They recommend Chaos Chaos weapon rather than
It
magic
looks-
for a level 1?
I'm seeing a lot of people using like fire-esque weapons in thumbnails, which is strange to me. I feel like something's going on where like the wiki information has to be wrong or something, because like I don't know what's going on. Why are they specifically using fire or chaos weapons? It looks like because the icon is red.
So I guess I lied. It is a very difficult boss. No, but normally, you know, you're at a high level when you get there, so you have health, you have
Yeah.
stamina.
You're just being deleted in like 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the
That's
infusions
most bosses.
to see.
It's just that he's normally, you know, he deals a little bit less damage than other bosses at this point of the game. He doesn't have crazy defense. I don't remember him being that fast. It's been a couple of years, though.
Okay, so maybe they're just using fire because it removes stat scaling.
Yeah, that's good for... Oh, I didn't know fire did that.
Yeah, I'm looking it up on the wiki, like, fire upgrades remove stat scaling, chaos upgrades remove stat scaling, raw just gives more base damage, probably reduces scaling, but it doesn't mention that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does reduce. Then again, it might be just based on other games, because they changed a few things later.
Yeah. So it seems like they're leaning on chaos and fire because it removes stat scaling, so like, I guess you get more bulk for it.
Yeah, because right now my strength and dex are really not putting much weight.
Yeah, because like you're a level 1 character.
Or faith. I think faith? Oh no, magic isn't. Regardless, they're all low.
Yeah. So yeah, they're probably just going chaos for... Yeah.
Because that's... okay damage, but that was... panic rolled.
It feels like it could have been a lot more. Wow, he
got
left
stuck in
it
a
far
corner.
away, so you... Oh no.
Oh. If you do get tired
Kyria
of them, I
has some
think
interesting tactics.
so many interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what nuke spells you have.
Do you know who does the fire infusions? Is it Vamos?
I can look it up. Okay, yeah, hold on. I'll see where you can do it. So he does that. Oh, it's Blacksmith Vamos in the Catacombs.
Okay. Oh, it's the last. I don't think I want to get out of my way to go out of my way to get the other embers.
Really? Vamos is down there. Okay.
You didn't know about Vamos?
Yeah.
He's the NPC with the bad audio.
Maybe it's just because I was doing like a magic spear guy playthrough and I just didn't know about him. But yeah, Vamos will do your fire and chaos infusions.
What do I need? Oh, it's green too. No.
It all comes back to green. Where do you get green? Hold on. They might be purchasable at the point of the game you're at. Green Titanite.
Oh, maybe he does. I didn't even check his wares. Oh, or maybe...
Can be purchased from the giant blacksmith in On Orlando.
Well... Rip.
You can... if you feed him blue... If you feed Kingseeker Frampt blue Titanite, he gives you green.
Huh. Okay. I think maybe... Because I have chunks, but maybe they break down and then you feed them.
Yeah, feed the remnants back in them, it'll turn into green.
I kind of want to optimize how many I can get if there's a special formula. Come on, you already went back to sleep?
No, I'm fine. Well,
Old veiny snake.
Okay, I'm looking up Frampt.
is it?
Okay, so if
I
you
have
give
enough.
him...
Oh, no, it became
Blue-
a green Titanite, okay.
Yeah, it gives you... For a blue Titanite chunk, you get 3 green Titanite shards. Also, you can get green Titanite shards from feeding him white and red chunks, too. What the hell? What in the world?
Well, good thing I didn't invest all of my, Titanite into my magic axe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Farewell.
Okay. I don't know. I have 24, that's gonna be plenty to upgrade to +5.
Yeah. And then for Chaos, I think you probably need red, but we'll see.
Oh, is Chaos an upgrade to Fire once you're +5 Fire, or?
So... You can go from Fire to Chaos, it looks like.
Okay,
You need the
that's-
Fire to be at least 5.
Okay, I didn't realize that was just an improvement on it. I thought it was a different one.
Well, it's kind of different, but it's kind of like a side grade. Like you can bring a Fire to +10, or you can get a Chaos to +5.
Oh, okay. I think I'll go full Fire because problem is I don't have any chunks or large green Titanite.
Yeah, I think Chaos is considered a little bit better, but we'll see.
Don't really want.
If you could even do it.
Don't really want to do any more detours. I keep forgetting
enough.
to warp to the to the altar instead of just filing.
Ah, well. You just want to say hi to your good friend Frampt.
Am I crazy? I mean, you don't have to answer that. But I thought for sure there was Firelink altar there. Anyway, maybe I didn't forget. I forgot that I didn't forget.
No, I'm
Oh,
fine.
wow, okay. Did you see the damage? I know it's just Framp, but my previous weapon did 40 and this one did 206.
Yeah, big difference.
So it's clearly better scaled for me.
Yeah, it's a lot more front-loaded instead of back-loaded.
Well, and backloading doesn't work on SL1s.
Exactly.
I might even do more damage than the raw.
Hopefully.
Yeah, probably. Okay. That was a thrust, so it didn't catch me.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, the run backs are worse than the fights.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know in terms of difficulty, I've been having my ass kicked by Gwyn, barely ever got killed on the run back, but they're what chips at your patience more.
Yeah.
Because you can't jump in right back into it. You have to do a somewhat stressful run.
Yup. I think the stakes of Marco were a huge quality of life thing
Yeah,
for Elden Ring.
absolutely. I liked and didn't like the one where you don't have one in Raya Lucaria because thematically they didn't like Marika.
Yup.
Stupid message. I bet they did that on purpose.
They probably did.
It's like the people who put them at the bottom of a ladder where there's a lot of enemies. No, I still do only 41.
What was your axe at before you started messing with it?
Oh, wait. You know what? I can't remember. I thought it was a bit closer to 100. Oh, no, I hit 90. Oh, maybe I hit twice quick.
Oh yeah, you hit, yeah, that's 45, you hit twice quick for a total of 90.
But now that I think about it, maybe my magic was doing like 17 sometimes.
Yeah.
I
think
can't
this is
really
definitely an
remember
improvement.
how much damage I did the first couple tries with the raw because I was a bit too focused on all the flashes.
I think you were doing like 80?
Oh, he jumped through the rocks, the
Oh,
ash
no.
pillars. I thought he'd get
Oh,
stuck.
That was the hope.
He's just like, no, I will overcome this.
Uh, I think another thing, if you do, so I know you can keep going for fire. You can
Okay.
switch to raw. If you go chaos, another thing that could be useful is chaos scales with humanity.
Oh, yeah.
So because you've got like 30 humanity, you could just like pop them, not really use
Yeah,
them,
but
and
it's
just like
really dangerous though. That
do you,
if that
if
happens,
you die,
well, yeah, exactly,
so you lose it permanently, even
Yeah.
if you catch your soul back.
exactly. Someone
Okay.
else is gonna get them, but yeah, if I use like 30 humanities, die, and then I can't get my bloodstain back, they're gone forever. So
Okay, so you do get it back if you catch your blood stain.
yeah, you do.
Okay. Something to definitely consider once you feel a lot more comfortable with
Yeah,
Gwyn's,
I'd have to wait. Then again, what's the damage difference? You know?
we have no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like it just has a lot less health than the other bosses, because if you compare like the number of pixels, the width of health that I remove with a hit, it's similar to Manus, but you know, only a third, a half in terms of
Okay.
numbers. So he has a lot less health than Manus. Which makes sense that they did the... Wow. Oh, he followed me. You can laugh. I
I'm
won't
not
be
going to.
offended. I won't be offended.
So you're starting Pyromancer, right?
Yeah. You
I'm
have
gonna
to.
try and... Yep, I'm trying to find the damage calculator.
Oh yeah, for the stats and stuff.
Yeah. So 12, 9, 12, 10. Gotcha. Zero. And let's make the reinforcement +5. All upgrade paths. Okay, so... Oh, I can choose the upgrade paths. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose...
Not right now. I'm at fire +5.
Okay. I'm gonna do some damage comparisons based on what a +5 level would be. So we got some options for the battle axe. Because that's what you're using, right? That's the old... Oh,
Okay.
it's called the hand axe, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, hand axe chaos +1 is total AR of 300. Leaning into fire. For the fire one, it's 128, which is 256 even, so it's about 50 less damage. So why is it hand axe fire +3 instead of +5? It is strange. Maybe they're doing like equivalent levels? At 5, it's 288. So even if hand axe fire +5 is at +5 versus chaos +1, it still has less damage. If we're looking at raw, hand axe raw +5 is total of 196, but it's pure damage. And it's still buffable.
Yeah, well, if it's anything to go by, I can't rely on buffs too much, because, you know, the consumables. I guess I could just spend, like, tens of thousands on souls to have a whole stack
Yeah.
of them.
It goes back to the Pro ZD meme of it's like it's the final fight of the
Yeah.
game. What are you holding out for?
Yeah. It's just I don't want to bother, and... don't know.
But yeah, so if I go here, hand axe chaos, let's drop to. Yeah, it looks like. Let me just compare. So +5 versus +1. About 144 versus. Okay. Yeah, I'd say fire or chaos are probably like the ones to probably go for.
You can hear when you get the enemy out of its aggro range. The footsteps end.
Yeah. I wonder if there are any merchants where you can buy certain Titanites from. Consumables. Or... So you've used a bunch of greens.
Yeah, but I
You
still
need
have a
red.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was killing me. Okay.
Okay.
I have my own coach now. Or researcher, maybe.
Yeah, I think coach is a strong word.
Yeah.
All I can really say is, yeah, this infusion should be good. I can't really tell you to try to max it out as much as you can, because you want to do this with what you got.
It's getting late, so I don't really feel like doing a bunch of, like, maintenance at the end of the stream.
That's fair.
If I don't get it, like, maybe tomorrow I will start by doing a little more.
Well, even outside of damage, I think the biggest thing is like learning his tells, because I think you
Absolutely.
haven't even gotten him to 50.
No, absolutely not.
So I don't even think optimizing damage is like the big thing right now.
Yeah, probably right. It just messes me up so much.
Yeah, because like psychologically, you're like you feel like you're further back than you were.
There's that, there's just how different that is. After fighting Calamite and Manus.
Yeah. And you know, Gwyn is usually considered a joke, but like he's legitimately tough.
I knew it wasn't gonna be like a super easy boss, but yeah, I did realize it was gonna be that hard to avoid.
Yeah. He actually is kind of fast. And he does have big sweeps that chunk you for like 60% of your HP per swing. And he has like 2 to 4 combo swings.
Yeah. Now he's jogging.
Oh, he's getting a little afternoon jog in.
I don't know if that was my parry attempt that drained my stamina completely there.
It did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have taken stamina damage. Because they make sure that parries, failed parries, are very punishing.
Yeah. So yeah, I just got the bad timing for that. I'm pretty sure it's more than the jumping attacks that you can parry. Are there?
Yeah, there are several attacks you can parry for
Yeah.
him, but it's just one of the ones that like seems kind of easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to pull up the list of parryable moves,
Yeah, or maybe the ones that really can't be parried. Like the grab
Then
is
what's
an obvious one, of course. But...
Yeah. Okay. So for parrying, these strategy would be used. Blah 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 blah. But.
Because I'm not sure practicing parrying outside of the boss will really help that much, since every move is slightly different.
Yeah, you're right about the fact, like, if you drink after getting a riposte, he'll think he has enough time and you get the free parry. Where you just parry, riposte, drink, parry, riposte, drink. The problem is with the parry gun I'm seeing is that, like, they're suggesting you to, like, block the first swing and to time the second parry, and that's not something you can do.
Mm.
You can parry all of his sword swipes, as long as the blade is traveling towards the players. Yeah, failing a parry can virtually insta-kill you.
The problem is just the damage, is that your stamina gets depleted.
It gets absolutely blasted, yeah.
This time it didn't. And like, yeah, you can't heal.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. They suggest, like, have a shield, strafe around him, but, like, you can't do that. You don't have the stats for it.
No.
You don't have the buffs to have the stability for it.
Mm-hmm. This is where having like the strength rings and talismans in later games help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I the only one who expected to have an upgraded physic where you can put more than 2 tiers?
I don't know. I'm not sure I really had any expectations for the mixed physic in Elden Ring.
I thought, oh, okay, it's just 2 effects, but maybe later, because also the menu is so big, like there's so much empty space. Like I didn't expect to be able to put a whole bunch, but I was thinking maybe at some point you'll get a 3rd.
By that same logic, you should be able to have...
A 5th talisman?
No, not even that. I was gonna say you should be able to have more spells because the spell menu, you have
Oh
all
yeah,
10
that's
slots.
right. I thought about that too.
Yeah, like if you have 10 slots, you should actually have 12 slots because they're in 3 rows of 4. 3 rows of 4. Okay, when he's doing his /slash attack, the angled attacks can be sidestepped if the player moves fast enough.
I don't know if they mean sidestep like you're locked
Like-
on and move to the side.
Probably locked on and walking or running to the side. But it's the diagonal swings are the ones you can potentially sidestep if you do it early enough.
It's just I haven't gotten down the which parts are diagonal swing.
Yeah, you're still figuring out his moveset.
Oh, so I think it's very different if you parry too early from if you parry too late.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, the worst part is having to run back after doing basically nothing.
Yeah. Because then, it's on top of trying to learn the fight, you have to be like, alright, I gotta spend 2 minutes to get back into it.
If it were just a run, it wouldn't be so bad. Now you gotta think about avoiding the enemies.
Yup. I think that the run back can be, kind of nice, just to, get your thoughts straight, but also can also be really annoying, too.
Yeah.
It really depends.
Last one wasn't so bad. I feel like maybe in terms of steps it's a little longer, but in terms of enemies, like having only one enemy that you can easily kill.
Yeah.
It's just those that are, they can block. Probably do more damage.
Mm.
But the dogs going to Calamite, though, oof.
Yeah.
It took me a while before I found a good path.
Mm. Here comes the Black Knight.
Have you seen that movie?
The Men in Black, yes.
No, the Black Knight.
I have not seen the Black Knight. I was making a "Here Comes the Men in Black" joke
Oh, okay.
because I was singing the tune,
Yeah.
but I was saying "Here
I
Comes the
didn't
Black
even
Knight."
remember that too. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Quite a while since those movies came out. I want to say well over a decade now. So anyone wants to correct me on that. His jumps are so floaty. He's like Mewtwo.
It's kind of cruel that they give you 20 heals and you can't really use them.
I imagine, with more HP and higher level gear, you could use them, but you're most likely gonna die before you get through them all.
Ah, what happened? You jumped behind me and then turned around.
He's Superman.
Sorry, Kiri, I wasn't looking at chat, but thank you for the head pats.
Much appreciated.
Normally when a streamer says that is because of a redeem, but I can't.
All good, all good.
Okay, I'm gonna try one last time.
Fair enough. Sometimes you just need the good reset. I remember my sister was playing Bloodborne. She was stuck on this one boss for she kept fighting it for 4 or 5 hours and just could not make any headway.
At some point, yeah.
Then she took a break for 2 months, got it on the second try. She was like,
Oh,
"Why the
wow,
hell?
okay.
Why was I having so much trouble?"
What is it with your family, taking a break of 1-2 months from a game and then still having...
It's I don't know. We're just man, we just need a breather, and then our brain resets, and it's we understand.
I don't know if you
We just
played
level up in our
other
sleep.
games in the meantime, because you feel like you lose the muscle memory.
Oh yeah, we absolutely do. Which is why, like, before we go into the boss fight, like, we fight against some common enemies just to get some of the muscle memory back.
I remember recently I did play a fair amount of Genshin, but on stream I played Lies of P, and that messed me up in both games.
Oof, yeah. I always need to remind myself how, like, different Sekiro is.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I played Sekiro and now I can't play Dark Souls anymore.
I'd also say what also really messes me up is Code Vein, because Code Vein has a very different dodge button.
Well,
Like, if they put the dodge...
A parry.
Like, if they put the dodge button anywhere but circle, I'm dead. Like, it's... Nice parry, by the way.
No. I don't know how to parry. And it's hard to kite the jump, so I can't rely on that.
Yeah.
Alright. And I really don't understand what they went for when they said the quit game is not quit game, but...
Yeah.
Coco, I am proud of you. You lasted
Yeah.
a long time.
I'm just kidding, EP.
I was gonna do that another time, but I have to channel the flame a little. I wanted to do it while you guys are here.
You did pretty good. I mean, you got through one boss.
Yeah. And you're learning the parry windows for Gwyn.
I'm also just made of all of the EVs. It's so funny because I know you're not saying anything, but your mic is picking up the sound, I think, and so it just has your mouth open every time.
Very nice.
Magic.
A lot of plin plongs.
Bling, bling, bling.
Yeah, I hinted at that a little with Murph before stream. I think you saw it coming a little.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you all so much for having us.
I was gonna do that and burn myself, but that's gonna be tomorrow.
Don't burn yourself?
Yes, I must feed the flame so that Dark Souls 3 can happen.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
You must become as kindling.
Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna switch it off pretty soon. So thank you all my friends for coming, including Kiri, who was a complete accident, but I'm happy. It's because of the cocoa.
I'm glad I can make it.
I keep mixing you up because of that. That's not the first time.
Bruh.
I mean, they're
Uh,
both K,
So,
and
yeah.
I am in it.
let us build up some courage, and tomorrow I will end this. I can.
I believe in you.
Yes.
I believe in you.
Alright,
Mm-hmm.
and we are off. Goodbye.
Easy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think so. Yeah.
Whew.
You're still live for me, but there it goes. It was a little bit of a delay.
Brain damage.
Actually, I
Whew.
Mm,
Makes sense. Yeah.
why I have mine separate and stuff because it ends it. There's no sound when I'm on the ending screen. I don't know. I have it muted currently.
Also,
I can
Arby.
still hear myself talking on stream. That's why I was like. Yeah, I mean, your ending. Just got it.
See ya.